We are live. I think I got all the sound on. Will one of you, real quick, give me a little hey hey or something?
Hey, hey.
Yeah,
Hey,
Boy.
there we go. All right, cool. Thank you. Yeah, OBS was giving me some weird audio earlier, folks, so I needed a live mic check. That was the right answer at the time. All right, so
Yeah, that says he hears everyone.
awesome. Thank you, Jagos. So this is High Shelf Gaming. We are all going to be playing Cyberpunk Red tonight. We are picking up where we left off. We will do a short recap before we actually beginning the stuff. Got a couple of cool announcements. We are we've finalized our werewolf game, so we should be able to get that one started shortly, maybe 2-3 weeks, depending on everybody's availability. But took us a while and got everything sorted logistically so the werewolf game can start. That'll be on Tuesday, on a Tuesday night. I'll get that one formally posted soon. We are still on the hunt for online conventions. PAX Online is happening soon. I tried to put in for us to do a seminar that was rejected, so I don't have any like events at PAX Unplugged or online PAX Online this year. But we'll be in attendance. Like I'm going to be there doing stuff for sure. And then, by all means, if any of y'all find any other online conventions, post them on the Facebook group or the Discord. I'm on the hunt for us to do some cool online conventions during the rest of this year. And other thing is Wednesday nights we play Blades in the Dark, run by Michael, who plays Dexy in this game. And gosh, I think we're about to get ourselves in a lot of trouble on that one too.
About to?
I mean,
When are we?
When have we not been in a lot of
oh,
trouble?
I
since
feel like we
started?
Always
skated.
a troublemaker.
We like skated out of some trouble. Oh, that's right. We got the whole unicorn thing to deal with, and the like wife coming into
The whole bounty hunter wife thing?
Yeah, bounty hunter going after the wife.
Like,
the wife is
We've
like,
kind of been in trouble.
yeah. Wife's gonna be like, why wasn't this taken care of? So yeah, Blades on Wednesday, and later on this month, Rich, our co-host for the podcast, Rich is gonna be doing a charity thing. I am trying to get details from him. I think it's gonna happen on the 26th of this month. So working on some details from him. Maybe we can do like a cool charity thing on the stream or something like that. I will figure out more from him soon. He emailed me today about it. I said, yes, whatever it is, yes. Just give me more details. And then we will do something there. So later on this month, we may be doing a cool charity thing for Rich's, a project that Rich is working on. Any other announcements? Are we ready for?
I have my safety tortilla blanket for this evening.
Yes,
It's a
good.
tortilla.
It didn't help you that one time.
It didn't help that one time, so maybe it'll help this time.
Yeah.
It makes me feel safe, even if it doesn't help.
Maybe if a round
Keep it
comes
feel
in
safe.
at Silas, you'd be like, "Can I sacrifice my tortilla?" And we'll.
I would never.
You
It's all about the feeling. It's all about the feeling of safety, not actual safety.
Right. Okay. Good.
We did do a session 0 for the other game.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we have
So-
an other game coming. Can we talk about it at all? Are we
I
ready?
guess we can. Yeah, we can. It's done now.
Yeah.
It's
Talk
ready to go.
about it.
It's ready to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, Ethan, hit us with it.
Oh yeah, so I'm going to be running a cosmic horror campaign here that I've titled Horrific Spooky Gaming, which is the HSG, if that's not abundantly clear.
We have a whole new logo and everything. It looks great.
Whole new logo for it. Yeah, I
What?
don't know
I have
when,
not seen
though.
this art.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
in
know
the
when,
it's in the
though.
chat for it. Oh wait, is it not?
Oh,
I-
you sent it to me.
I sent
think.
it to you for approvals. Okay.
Sent it to me for approval,
we
yeah.
will- we
but
will
it
share
is
it to the
approved. But yeah, we'll schedule a first session for that. We did session 0 the other night, off stream because, man, that's just a lot to go through on stream for me personally. But
And that
I'll
one
be
is going to
running
be
that.
like heavily like, hey, this is adult content. This is like spooky shit.
Yeah,
This is like we
Yeah.
are not going to be playing around with the scary.
yeah. Trying to make it scary. That's the goal.
I might turn off some of the
that'll be, like-
lights, you know,
Yeah.
and like get the mood going.
You'll know you're successful when my husband messages the group the next morning. And like,
You do that.
Heather did not sleep last night.
Yeah.
I am not looking forward to this game at all. This is not. It's a bad idea, and I'm holding all of you responsible.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Jagos,
But
I'm the
yeah.
exact same way. I hate horror. I hate watching horror movies, but there's something about playing in a horror game where I get like a modicum of decision making power. I'm like hungry for it. So I really can't wait.
Also, David,
100% how I feel too.
I just want you to know, David, that the stuff you sent me for your character's backstory was like the linchpin in my world building. Like I was like, now it all makes sense.
I
Just
can't
put it
wait.
together.
I
It's
can't
so
wait.
good.
I
God,
can't
what have
wait.
you done to us,
I
David?
can't wait.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
not going to be good. It's absolutely not going to be good.
So-
But,
So great. Appreciate you, Dave.
but it'll be fun.
That's why I like you,
I-
bro.
And what's great is that my guy doesn't really know. He just saw like a glimpse, just a glimpse,
Yeah,
and that's it.
That's
all
how
I
it
got.
starts, right? The first one's free. The first one's free because you live.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll have more information about that somewhere at some point. I don't know. I'll get some advertising. Is that what you do? Do you advertise these games?
No, I post them on Twitter and like,
Okay.
and then like at the company, and then people are like, "Oh yeah, retweet," and this is about as advertisee as I get.
Okay.
I'm really bad at the socials, so just a call out there. If anybody was like, "Hey, I can do some socials," let me know, because I can't.
Yeah, but that's upcoming. We have to schedule this and like figure out where that fits
Yeah.
in our programming.
We have to get started before Halloween. I'm sorry. I know you're super busy.
Yeah, we can because Halloween like is going to be like my cutoff point for doing stuff for like a hot minute. So
hmm
we'll run it up until Halloween. Halloween will be something big, and then we'll take like a break, and then we'll come back, and everything will be fine.
For Christmas.
For Christmas, spooky Christmas. What's better?
Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. And like that is perfect because like there's so many holidays and all of them get to have spooky angles. And like
Yeah.
I'm irreverent. Like let's get in there, like
So I haven't seen Spooky Thanksgiving yet, but I do have some ideas.
dude,
We can
family
definitely
gathering,
mean-
the
Cannibal.
weirdo
Resident
uncle
Evil 7.
that like buries people in his backyard. Like, come on, we
Yeah.
we can do this.
There's so many things that you can do with spirits and
Oh yeah.
Native American burial grounds.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
come on.
I mean,
a lot to do.
It'll be
We'll do stuff. I can't wait. I
We'll
can't wait for this
workshop
game.
it.
Yeah.
We'll workshop.
Workshop it. Okay. So, how are we doing in Sacramento, Northern California?
ready to get the hell out.
Yeah. So, you,
Well, I'm almost dead. I don't know how we're about to start.
yeah, you tangled with Sayforth bad.
Yeah.
So when y'all did the grab, Sayforth was dozy, right? You had hit him with the hypo full of stuff. I rolled his body, and he was like passing out but getting better. And by the time he was down the garbage chute, where you had stuffed him, which is fantastic. By the time he was down the garbage chute, he had gotten enough to like stop himself from falling. And the two of you fought in the garbage chute. It was a one-way fight because you had the pistol, but he had the big like knife blade thing coming out
Yeah.
of his arm, the mantis blade.
I mean, I had one of those too, but like the pistol seemed like it'd be quicker.
It did. Unfortunately,
But
our man
was not.
Sayforth here had some skin weave
Yeah,
because he's a jerk. And
he is a jerk.
he is a jerk.
We can't forget, though, the great human puppetry that Silas performed on Sayforth to get him into the
That's
trap.
true.
That's true. I totally weekend at Bernie's.
You
for-
did. Hardcore. So Sayforth is now in y'all's possession. You threw him down the garbage chute into the underground garbage management system that downtown Sacramento has. And you all nabbed him between Oz and Ta and Silas. The three of you were able to apprehend him. And it was a tough fight. He wanted to run, and that didn't go well. And so you brought him back to this big garbage dump just outside of downtown. So if I move you out of the way real quick, there is this walled city, right? In this big walled city, these are the highest walls around Sacramento. This is the big downtown section. There's this like river that borders the wall partially. Actually, most of the wall is bordered by river. But way over here on the side, there used to be, I'm sure, an office park, or I'm sure that people who really live in Sacramento are like, oh, that's where I live, or that's where I work. No. Now that is a garbage pit. Outside of the walls, these big high walls, there's this automated like door system, and these mine carts full of garbage just dump their garbage right outside of the city. And on that pile of refuse is a gang. They live there. They like, pick over all the stuff, and they find the tech, and they find the stuff that's just been discarded. And that's their whole economy. And apparently their economy is also letting edge runners into and out of the city through the garbage chute, because they didn't seem all that like surprised that someone came up and asked, "Can I get in through here?"
Way in.
Yeah, so they let you in. On the way out, Vi and what is our contact here? What is her name?
Oh, I didn't write it down.
Tabitha.
Tabitha.
Tabitha, yeah.
Tabitha.
Yeah, so Tabitha was kind of in the very beginning, angling to get 25% of whatever you bring out. And the first time you were able to get by that with like some like scrap from Ta and all that kind of stuff. But then when it was like this big emergency that you had to get everybody out right then and there, Tabitha pushed one more time and got an agreement that whatever comes through this garbage chute, Tabitha is going to get 25% of it. Turned out to be Sayforth, and he is unconscious after receiving a taser shot and like more doses of this like knockout hypo spray stuff. And the garbage scowls worked with Vi rather quickly and briskly with a bone saw to just cut Sayforth's arm off. One of his big the arm that has the mantis blade is what they took, right? No,
No, they have
the
the
grippy
tracker arm.
one. Yeah, the
Took
arm
the
with the
grippy
tracker.
one, yeah.
That's right. They took the right arm with the tracker in it. They cut that out. Vi was there to keep him alive, right? Because these garbage scowls were not gentle. And Vi was like, "Oh, okay. My job is to keep him alive while you. Okay, I got it. Fine. That's what I'm going to do is keep him alive." So you've pinched off all the arteries and veins and all that kind of stuff, sealed the wound, and he will live. You probably want to redress those wounds at your earliest convenience, but he is not going to die right now from the wounds that he currently has. He will probably go into shock, and there's probably something you can do to like solve for that. But for right now, he's unconscious and not aware of the horrible pain that's been visited upon him. So you are all on this pile of garbage. Sayforth is stabilized. Vinton is in the armored truck at the bottom of the hill with the engine running, waiting for you all to get down there. And we cut away right as Vi had looked at Tabitha and said, "If anybody asks, we are Scaven." Yep, which is a gang y'all ran into on the way to Sacramento in the tunnels under some mountains along the rail lines.
And the one
Scaven,
that Sayforth belongs to.
you
so-
have discovered, that Sayforth belongs to Scaven, and Scaven have been working Sacramento to win their contracts. And apparently, when I say working, it was install Sayforth as a mole, get Sayforth into purchasing to flip all the contracts to Scaven, and screw over the Big Iron family. And the Big Iron family having several contracts go unpaid. They have turned into a gang. You guys have now discovered that they're not actually bad people. And you are bringing this asshole to them. As like, hey, let's all be cool. Give us back our big train full of iron or steel, and we will give you the guy who's been ruining your life. I think that's our summary. Is there anything else that I missed?
Just to put it out there, we dead dropped information to our contact Jim
Yes.
about Sayforth.
Yes. So, while we were on this hill, Vinton, I imagine you're like at the truck, like banging the door or something, like, "Come on, let's
Oh,
go!"
I'm yelling.
Yeah.
I was like, you hear me shouting? I'm like, let's go.
Yeah. And the adrenaline of dealing with this guy has finally like allowed Vi, like the adrenaline dump is done. Vi, you're starting to get more awareness of the world around you, and you realize that your phone has been buzzing for a bit.
I grab it.
Cool. It is a message from Jim Davies saying, "Are you alive?" I didn't hear you.
Push talk. I respond with a yes.
Okay. So you start to talk to Jim Davies. What are the rest of you doing? Silas, where are you still on the hill, or did you make your way down to the truck?
I've been moving towards the truck.
Okay, so I'm
Also,
gonna put
just,
you
like bleeding, like my spine.
I'm gonna put you mostly towards the truck. How about that?
I had told Silas as soon as I saw him to get to the truck.
Right.
So,
Yeah. So Silas is on his way to the truck. What about Oz and Ta? Where are you guys?
I think.
headed,
Go ahead.
I'm headed towards the truck, dragging the body with me.
Okay, so you're in charge of transporting Sayforth. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oz wants to make sure that everything that Sayforth has is turned off. I know I turned off his audio and I turned off his arm. Did he have any other cyberware?
Yeah. That is networked? No. Those are all the things that are networked that you have access to, and you've disabled all that stuff. It would take some effort on Sayforth's part to get all that stuff turned back on. Like, one, he'd have to be conscious, and then he'd have to spend several actions getting all of his stuff turned back on. So you would have ample time to bring all that stuff down offline again.
Okay, so I want to make sure that I'm still there,
Okay.
or that I'm going to build myself a backdoor so that I can get in and shut him down if he does.
Okay.
And then I want to start going through the files that I pulled out of his head.
Give me a just real quick. Give me a. There's a cloak action where you hide your virus. That's going to give you the backdoor all the way down to these deep levels again. I just want to see how well you hide that. And I think it's just an interface roll. Okay, subtract 2 from the roll. No big deal. This is basically going to set the DC for another netrunner to find this. Sayforth is not a netrunner, so he's not going to find this virus. But some other netrunner, maybe later on, could discover this. It was a quick and dirty stashing job. You've got more pressing things on your plate, but you hit it.
I was not trying to be subtle, so that totally makes sense. Like, it was.
He ain't
Didn't
gonna
we
live
also
long
send
enough
a
for anybody to
message?
find it.
I'm so sorry.
What?
Ta, why don't you go first?
Didn't we send a message? Didn't we see that he was transmitting some vocal messages, and then we sent something?
Yes.
Didn't we do something like that?
Yes, y'all sent some messages saying that he was running in a different direction than y'all were going, and so y'all have been doing your effort to mislead the authorities or whoever it is that he was messaging to. And Silas, you were going to say something?
I was saying he ain't gonna live long enough for anybody to find that virus.
Dave.
Yes, sir.
I would like to, because I'm sure I would see Silas. Probably notice he ain't in the greatest shape and how everything's going. Looking at a giant truck, and I'm like, I would like to have a stash vehicle ready just in case.
Okay. How do you want to go about the business of getting a stash vehicle in place?
I would like to call back to the base
Okay.
and get one of our people to stash the beast somewhere up in this area.
Oh, let me scroll out just a little bit real quick. Sorry, I zoomed way in. So where did you ping?
Somewhere around up here.
Okay, off of Highway 5 on the north end?
Yeah, because this right here is actually, good thing about just coming from out here, that's an actual dirt road that connects to 5.
Right.
That's all agriculture land.
Yep.
Which is probably exactly where I'm going to want to go.
Yep. Now, those are all SMUD managed farms, right? So this will be cool. You'll get to see what all that looks like. But just so we're clear, base now is no longer where the camp marker is. Actually, I should probably remove the camp marker because camp is no longer there. Camp is now way out on... Oh, whoops. I didn't mark it. It's out here on Highway 50 now.
Oh, that's right. We moved all the way down to 50.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But I mean, somebody
have...
can definitely get the beast moving. I mean, the beast is a big off-road car. It's badass. So,
right.
Like, it could meet you there. It's just gonna take them a minute because they're on the other side of town.
Then how about this? Missouri barbecue.
Missouri barbecue, old standby. I love it. All right.
Yeah. We'll go. Well, I'll have them stash it there
Okay.
because I don't want anyone other than what's already potentially involved into whatever's gonna happen.
Sure. So you're gonna get the family members to grab the beast. They're gonna make their way to Missouri City Barbecue, and there's definitely some back roads that they can take,
Yeah.
and then some off-roady stuff that the beast can handle to get it over to Missouri City Barbecue. Okay, give me a nomad roll to try and get somebody to drop what they're doing to do this thing. Yeah, chat real quick. That is where Vinton and oh no, Hayworth. That's where they met. But Hayworth actually lives in Sacramento. Missouri City Barbecue is just a meeting point. Okay.
Let's just get them out of the way now. Let's get these out of
all
the way.
these critical failures.
right
Come
now.
on, roll 20. Don't
Let's
screw my
just-
crew. Like
Don't do this to
last
me.
mission, y'all had a lot of good rolls. And I kind of
Actually, a lot of bad rolls last mission.
okay, fair enough.
The couple missions before that, we had a lot of good rolls.
Okay.
I don't.
Somebody had to open their mouth before the game. And
Don't
change
do that.
Us.
Don't.
Don't you put that on me.
I know what I did. Trust me, you can go and look up on the chat thing. I rolled cars like 2 rolls in.
Oh,
so
man.
we're in it today, guys.
I wonder if I'm
So what's this gonna do? Like,
Yeah. So what I'm gonna say that like certainly someone will move the beast, but you know that they're gonna need extra time because they're in the middle of some task. Like maybe the beast is getting worked on, right? Like the guys who who is it, the Fable crew that traded you the beast? Maybe like Mailbox and crew found like a tracker in there, or they found some mechanical problems or something like that. And it's like, look, we got to get this fixed before I send it out your way, because something like that. So there's some like quick fix thing that needs to be done before the beast is going to be ready, and it's just bad timing, right? But they are going to get it moved out to you.
I love the image of like Ben would call it Mailbox and be like, "You need you to send the beast out," and Mailbox like turning around and looking, and there's no tires on it.
Sure. Sending it right now.
Give me a half hour.
Yeah.
It's just completely disassociated.
He's got the engine and the transmission out of the car. He's like, yeah, all right, give us 30 minutes. We just got to tighten some bolts and it'll be right out the door.
The air conditioning's a bit busted.
In Mad Max 2, like the original Mad Max series,
Yeah.
with the guy that was paraplegic and they were telling him all the problems, and they shout back, "Can you get it done by the end of the night?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." And it's got like a list, like cracked engine block, busted radiator.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing right now.
Exactly. So, Vincent, you radio back. You have this exchange with Mailbox and crew, and Mailbox is like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to tighten some bolts." And he's looking at the partially disassembled beast, but yeah, we'll get it out the door. Give me about 30 minutes, okay, bro?
Okay.
All right.
From one mechanic to the other, he knows that. He feels it's like, oh,
Yeah, you can almost feel this flop sweat on,
yeah.
just like forming. It was like, oh shit, this car is not ready at all, but I will make it ready.
It will be ready.
Yep. Mailbox will do the rebuild of his life. He gets that.
See,
car.
I've never encountered a mechanic who works on like a strict timeline. In my experience with mechanics, it's always like, 2 weeks.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like, I need a tire change, and he's like, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Lug nuts, they're impossible to find.
They're just impossible. He's like holding a box of lug nuts. It's just impossible to find these things.
Oh, these lug nuts right here, they're spoken for. That car over there, I've had for 3 weeks. It's getting all of them.
Yeah. I gotta take care of that.
In Mailbox's defense, though, considering our history, chances are like a half hour is going to make it. There's either going to be a nuclear explosion or we're going to be buying a new car. It's like,
He's like, 30 minutes, either this crew's dead or... All right. So yeah, you got him on that project. Vinton, also, while we're here, you're looking back at this crew as they're moving their way down. Give me a perception roll. A 19. There's a solid roll. You notice let me just get this sucker out. Make it smaller. You notice one of the flying cars, one of the avs starts heading out towards the wall. It's way up there. But it's starting to do like a pass around the wall. It's on the city side of the wall, but it's hovering up above it. And you almost notice immediately it's a search. You know, like the speed at which it's going, it's searching for something.
Hey, I'll radio to like, hey guys, they're here. They're searching.
Let's go.
Try to disguise Sayforth while you're bringing his body here, and let's go.
Let's just run for it.
So, all of that to say, Vi, you've been talking to Jim Davies a minute. As the crew is making their way down the hill to him, Vi, you pick yourself up and you're kind of having this conversation with Jim Davies on the way down. Jim is talking to you via like encrypted text chat. He's not in a place where he can do a voice chat session, but you guys are trading messages back and forth.
Okay.
He says, glad to hear you made it out safe. I was worried, but didn't want to contact you on any of the old methods. Thanks for giving me a way to get a hold of you at the dead drop. And just me as a GM, I'm assuming that you gave him a new way to get a hold of you.
Absolutely.
Okay. He says, me and those asses over at purchasing are going to war. I've gotten to keep my job. I'm trying to pin all this on Sayforth, but he kind of does some like ...
Did you get the info I dropped?
And just so I know, what all info did you give him?
So I think Hallbrook had given me everything, but gave it to me in a way that it couldn't be backtracked to the person that found it.
Yeah,
like specifically, but that it would be enough information for Jim Davies people to like look into it more,
right,
and get it.
Yeah, so specific. That's right. So specifically, what Hallbrook was able to give you was like a close-up analysis of Sayforth's state ID or Sacramento ID, and all of the ways in which it's clearly a forgery, and he is not who he says he is. And now you don't have evidence specifically that he is a part of Scaven, but Hallbrook said he was part of Scaven and just wasn't able to give you the evidence that makes that happen or proves that. Did you tell him that Sayforth was part of Scaven, even though you don't have evidence, or are you going to show like, hey, he's not who he says he is, his ID is all jacked up, it's obviously a forgery? Kind of which angle did Vi take with that?
The obviously a forgery.
Okay.
But trying to get more info.
Okay, cool. Now that you're looking at Sayforth, you can tell that all of his augments are very Scaven-like. Like the arms and all that kind of stuff, that really matches what y'all have seen in the tunnels from that crew. So he, at the very least, had work done by them or their person. Whoever that is that has access to that like industrial stuff, that's what his augments were. But that's new, right? So you couldn't have included that in the dead drop.
Right.
Okay. So Jim would respond back if you said, "Hey, did you get the info you sent?" He said, Jim would have responded back saying, "Yep, I got that detail. I'm handing it to one of my people to get them to validate this stuff. This is not my specialty, but if he's not who he says he is, thanks a ton. Because if I can just get rid of him, that would kind of de facto let me win this war."
Okay. I'll try and get you more info. Is there, if this goes the right way, is there any way that you can help us?
I'm gonna say you get to the car at this point. So real quick, where is everybody sitting? Silas, you would have gotten there first because you left first to get there, and even though you're hobbling along, you get to the truck first. So remember the layout of it. There is the front cab is really like a bench seat, could seat 3 uncomfortably, and then the back has some jump seats, some cages where important documents and stuff could be stashed, and then between the front and back there are a pair of like bulletproof windows that can slide open, so you can pass things back and forth like food and water and all that stuff whenever you're doing like a longer trek. So did you go to the back or did you go to the front?
I think Silas jumped to the front so he could shoot.
Okay.
In transit.
Okay. Put you up front.
Oz is going to jump in the back.
Yeah.
Because he's going to assume Vi's going to need to jump in the front with Silas to fix him up, and he's going to help Todd drag what's his name in the back. Okay. He is going to pull a tarp. I assume that means he got one somewhere.
Sure.
Over all of them, but especially over Old Davies.
Okay.
Or Sayforth, yeah.
Sayforth. Okay. So Oz is in the back, in a jump seat with Sayforth.
Oz in the back on the right side, so like on this side.
Yep. Move Sayforth down here next to Oz. I'm gonna move you over here.
Could a person fit through that window?
A smaller person could. I'm gonna say like body of 6 and under could fit through there without much effort. Yeah, contortionist. You can swag your way.
Yeah, because that was the plan, just to get Vi through that window.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah,
cool. I have a body of 6.
After she's done patching Silas up.
Okay. So you all load into this truck, throw a tarp over Sayforth, and you guys see this car has kind of like it's made its way above the wall as y'all are like shutting up all the doors, kind of thing. And just to like plant you accurately, you are kind of right there at that wall. So it's hovering, a couple 100 feet up in the air. It's about as close to y'all as it can be, at where it's at, and y'all get everybody into this like black armored truck and get all the doors shut. Vi, did you do anything in the back with the crew before you moved into the front, or did you just crawl in through the back to the front?
I jumped in the front seat with Silas.
Okay, perfect. All right, cool. So 3 in the front, 2 in the back with the bad guy. All right. He responds back. Let's see here. He responds back when all what is done. Jim Davies responds back asking when what is done.
Your stuff with purchasing.
He says, I should be able to, what is it? There's something going on today. I don't know what that's about, but assuming that's not them coming for me right now, I should be able to help you in the future.
Fantastic. I'm glad you're okay.
Cool. All right. What do y'all do?
Out of curiosity, did Vi tell anyone that she was talking to Jim Davies?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nope. I'm going to pull away slowly.
Sure.
Like a truck just leaving nonchalantly from the place as calmly as possible.
Yep.
Play it cool.
Going this way, like on 80, like I'm leaving this.
Sure. So I'm gonna inch you towards it, right?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Can I calm to everyone really quick?
Yeah, of course.
Oz, if there's anything on him that marks him as scaven, I need it immediately.
Yeah, I can figure that out. Can I search for particularly scaven things or anything like that?
Totally. Yeah, you can absolutely search this guy, and check all the pockets, check all of his belongings, and then of course check his like augmentations and see if there's any like special markings on those. Um,
Okay.
I think that would
What?
be like, I feel like that'd be perception, but I don't
Okay.
know. Do you have something else in mind that maybe is a little bit more apropos?
I was just thinking of doing a perception and a cyber tech, but I can just do a perception. I can if I
I,
mean maybe just like a +2 because I'd usually get a +4 for cyber tech, but since I'm doing like a kind of different things, maybe just a regular
yeah,
2 because it still has cybernetics.
I'm into the perception to dig through his stuff, and
Cool.
then I'm gonna say that the cybernetics, because you have so much cybernetics, I'm just gonna give you a +2 on your perception,
Cool.
so that like it's just kind of like a little synergy bonus or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh,
17
17 plus the 2 is a 19, right? Or did you
plus the 2
include
is
that already?
19. No, that's that. So it's 19 overall.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you dig through his pockets and all that kind of stuff. Sayforth does not carry around like a Scavin membership card or anything silly like that, right? His stuff is all innocuous. He's got like 1,000 smud bucks in his wallet, and like a gym membership card and a food grocer card and all that kind of stuff, right? And then you're kind of like tossing all this out looking for his things, and then you go to check his implants and all that kind of stuff. A lot of cybernetic like ripper docs will have moved certain things so that only they are the ones that get to work on cybernetics. And like as you're going through him and going over his stuff, you find that he has an adrenal pump, like a little like auto dock that
Mm.
cleans his blood and filters it, and like make sure that he is not like it's like a little it's a little it tends to be implanted near the kidneys, and
Mm-hmm.
it can like remove poisons and toxins from the blood. It can release whatever you need to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
It's got all of that kind of stuff, and in
Mm.
there you find like he's got a couple of doses left of various like treatments. But either way, in there you find that this has some markings of a specific Ripper doc, and you compare those markings like where they've elected to hide certain things and how they've elected to
Mm.
hide the access ports and all that kind of stuff. You see the same telltale signs on the industrial arm and on his ear comms as well. So this is
Got it.
all of this has been done by the same person.
Got it.
And
So
so yeah. Oh, did we lose? Oh man, we lost Casey. Okay, well Vincent will be back shortly, folks, and then all this alignment junk will be better.
um
Okay.
so Ta would just kind of come over to um Vi and say, "Hey Doc, this guy has an auto doc, and it looks like the signature of the Ripper doc is Gavin. Should I rip off the auto doc?"
No, not yet. Let me finish with Silas and I'll get back there and look. Thank you.
Can you turn it off so that it doesn't wake him up?
Good point. Can you do that, Todd?
Can I do that?
Cybertex, like
Okay.
as a fixer, you should be able to roll your cybernetics to
Okay.
get in there and either, I guess, maybe partially disable it. I think that fixers have like a, not fixers, my apologies, that techies still have a kind of like mess with technology thing where you
Oh
can
yeah,
like
no. If
like
it's a
disable it for a short amount of time.
oh yeah, I don't know that. But if it's Cybertech, I get a modifier. So
Yeah. Look at the maker ability real quick.
sure.
Um, yeah, I think the field expertise would help
Yeah.
you here. So I'm gonna say do tech, cyber tech, and field expertise because you're doing something like in the field as kind of a part of a combat thing, and you're going to be able to make it so that this thing is, if you succeed, you'd be able to make this thing so it's like temporarily disabled. It's not like busted, but you can kind of keep it from going, oh yeah, all right, cool. So while you all are bumping down the road, and this is like a problem because the truck is driving. This is not like a workspace with a stable bench and all that kind of stuff. So the fact that you rolled really well is great because there would have been some challenges with jostling and all that kind of stuff. But you get through and you make it so that this cybernetic is going to be disabled for some time. Like you've been able to disconnect the battery from it, kind of thing. You haven't removed the battery, but it's not powering the unit anymore.
Got it.
Oz is gonna like casually come back to Vi, be like, "Hey Doc, I don't know if you mentioned it or not, but Silas got stabbed like 47 million times. You might want to take a look at that." I'm sure he's just sitting there stoically out the window, like this is nothing. But
Thank you, Oz.
Yeah,
I'm working on it.
If Venden had pointed out the vehicle making a sweep, Silas has already got like not a big gun out, like he's got it like in his lap, but he's like scanning the sky, keeping an eye on it.
Yeah.
Vi had to like
Easy.
climb over Silas to be like in the middle between Vin and Silas so that Silas could shoot.
Not
out
a
the
lot
window.
of room. Not a
Silas
lot
is
of room up there.
turned, ready to shoot out the window, so that his back is facing Violet, who's now working on it. So he's still like,
Hey,
Back here,
Vin
all
be
this.
like
Yeah,
Vin,
take a
Vin
look.
would just be like, "Hey, they haven't made us just yet. Let's not."
You're
Let's
saying
not.
that you see the Av turn and just slowly, like, kind of pace with you guys as it creeps out over the wall.
Doc, make your stuff. I might have to bolt here. I'm gonna keep going slow. There's two reasons why. I want to see if he drops altitude.
Yep.
Because if he drops altitude, that'll give me an idea. Second, I really don't want I don't want to start a police chase right off the bat here with Doc still working. I want to give her time to get Silas fixed up. So I'm gonna keep creeping.
Okay.
Like I'm at that speed limit now at this point,
Sure.
but I'm not doing anything. I'm making it look like I'm just an armored truck poking down the road.
Yep. Yeah. I like that. So y'all are kind of doing this like slow speed chase, where you're like going to a stop sign and stopping, and it stops. Right. And then you get out onto an arterial road, and you go to this first stop light, and you stop, and it stops. Right.
Yep.
And y'all are just kind of doing this like little like slow thing, and the Av might think that you haven't made it, right? But either way, it's like obviously keeping pace with this truck.
This was a security truck, right?
Yeah. This was the Paragon Pharmaceuticals armored delivery truck.
There's got to be a scanner in it, right? Like there had to be something to keep.
Oh.
I will roll my luck if you're not going to give it to me to see if there's a scanner in this thing.
Sure.
Let Oz will roll his luck to see if it's in there, because he's in the back. It'll give him something to do while he's looking through.
Y'all start opening all the bins looking for police scanners, CB radios, and it has a CB radio. It absolutely has a CB radio because that's been in the game.
I'm looking for police scanners. Like I'm not believing this is the 1980s where the cops talk at that point. What would I roll for luck to try to roll under luck? Is there a button for that?
I don't think so. Just roll a d10 and hope that it's low. Hey, that is as low as it gets.
Negative two.
Yeah. That's not how it works, guys. You roll a 1, and sure enough, Vincent, you it's not in the glove box, but it's in like one of those like little driver compartments. You pop that open, and there's like this. It looks like a walkie-talkie, but there's no push-to-talk button on it, and you turn it on and start tuning through channels, and you can hear, you can tune into the SMUD police. Yeah. Police banter.
I want
to
say if the pilot's saying about us.
Yeah, and it's they're in the middle of doing like what is it? Eastern unit checking in. No sign of Sayforth here, sir. And it's like Southern unit checking in. No sign. Northern unit checking in. No sign. Western unit checking in. I may have something here. And then like one of the people goes, give detail. I'm following a truck, leaving the garbage dump. I saw them loading something in the back. All right, well, keep an eye on it. And then other units throughout the town are like, we're at his gym checking in. They said there was some he was walking with somebody out back. We're gonna go check it out.
Wait, repeat that?
The officers say we're at his gym, and somebody said he was walking out back with someone. So we're gonna go check it out.
I heard Jim. That was.
Oh, whoops! Yeah. Not
What?
not Jim Davies. Yeah, good call.
All right. With that newfound information, I'd be like, look, I would talk to everyone. I was like, look, they're looking at us, but they're just investigating. Nobody do anything rash. Silas, I'll let you know when we need to shoot. I'm gonna keep it cool and keep moving in. I could say something, but we're gonna keep it recently. Fair enough.
I have a question. We don't have a specific direction that we have to go. My question: do we want to? We are close to where the Fables were.
The Fables are north of town, up here. Yeah.
Right, but we could. I mean, they're probably our closest, not allied, but known. Maybe we could give them a call and be like, do you guys have anything that could take down an air car? If we lead it politely to you, you guys could get some scrap there. I mean, they produce bodies on count, so I'm thinking maybe they're okay with shady crap. So, maybe we give them a call and be like, hey, we're being followed by an air car. You like the scrap we gave you from the last one. If you have a way to take it down, we can lead it right to where you want it.
You know what, Oz? Make that call, my friend, because I'm kind of...
All right, I will call up. Do you remember the name of the lady?
What was her name? She had jokes.
Did we give her a name?
She had jokes.
We did. It was like a wolf. It was a kind of name, I thought, because they were all animal. I remember Mouse was the one that had bodies.
Was there a rabbit?
I didn't write it down.
So, over the police radio, you hear the whoever's in charge right now saying, Eastern Patrol, switch to Channel 4, Units 101, 102, go check out that truck. Switch to Channel 4.
Click, click, click. Channel 4.
It's just. That's all you get.
Oh crap! It's
encoded.
Yeah.
Silas, how hurt are you? Like, Ethan, how hurt are you?
Oh no, we lost Vincent.
I didn't mean to encrypt that.
We've encrypted Vincent. He's gone. All right, we'll get him back.
Silas has got 15 hit points.
Out of
40.
Okay.
Oh my god, that guy jacked you up.
Yeah, my armor got all nerfed to hell.
Yeah, you have new armor though now too.
Now I do.
Yes.
Now I do. You can't wear light armor, Jack, when you're walking around town.
Yeah, they frown on that one.
Okay. Just mechanically, David, I don't think that I don't see an option to do anything just with my skills alone. I don't know if you have that same I mean, if it was like a critical hit, I could do something, but apparently
Can't you imagine like you did Vinton after the car thing where you just sprayed the goo on him and he was fine?
I was hoping that I could
the speed
do
healing.
something skill wise to help Silas, and then use the heal, the speed heal.
Gotcha.
Rub some dirt on it.
Yes, that is exactly how Vi operates.
So you can.
Also shove a box of Band-Aids through the little window.
You don't. I don't know that you have it on you. But Ta, when you saw the medications that Sayforth had, did you call those out or take any of them?
I would have taken them.
Okay. Okay, cool. So you know that like right now, you can certainly like stabilize Silas, and through the right application of drugs, you can make it so that he doesn't feel any pain, and even does a bit of speed heal, right? But you can certainly stim him so that he doesn't feel any pain for the rest of the day. And that would make it so he's not at minuses mechanically.
Right. So are there any stims on anyone? Because I don't have any.
I would pull out my stem that you would have gave me. Be like, here.
So I think you gave speed heal around.
I didn't give anything to anyone because I'm the only one that can
Oh.
administer it.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Okay.
that's why I'm asking if anyone has a stim.
So after a bit of a pause, I'll be like, "Yeah, I got something here," and like hand it through the window,
Sure.
like very quickly.
What he hands you is clearly a dose ready to go. It probably came out of Sayforth, kind of thing, and you have to like jack with a little bit to get it into your hypo because it's in a different kind of cartridge, but it doesn't take you too long to like fiddle with it and get it into the hypo for you.
Okay. Man, I don't. Vi personally doesn't like stimming people because it makes people think that they can go further longer because they're not hurt. They don't feel that they're hurt.
Right. Yeah, they feel
And
fine.
she knows Silas will just push. Silas, you have to be careful. Just try to be careful of the wounds that you are getting so that I know so I can help you, and then I stim him.
Okay. Yeah,
What
and
does it do?
as that like floods your body there, Silas, I mean that's a good feeling. Like I don't care what like it just feels good. All that like pain and all that stuff just like trickles away and becomes like a distant whisper. It just feels all tingly back there, right? As all those nerve endings are told to shut the fuck up. And it just feels good. But yeah, like with like I'm gonna say that you did spend time like redressing his wounds so that all of that is good with like nice flex gauze so he can move without like reopening stuff. That's probably the biggest thing you're doing here is just making so that all of this doesn't become infected so that later
I can actually fix it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And then I will knock him with speed heal.
Sweet.
So body plus will is what you get back. And then
Body plus will.
with the stim, you ignore penalties for seriously wounded for an hour.
Okay, well, I'm not seriously wounded anymore, so.
Well, but
I'll probably be back
you're going to be
soon.
back down into it.
Be back soon.
Yeah.
I got 12 hit points back, so that ain't nothing.
Sweet.
Okay.
Wait, your body plus will is 12?
I have a body of 7 and a will of 5.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna say our what is it our slow speed car chase is continuing on. Vinton, you're getting closer to the highway because it sounded like you wanted to get on the highway. Is that right?
Yeah, we wanted to go towards Fable.
Okay.
and Oz wanted to make that call. Was it Fenris? Was the name? Does that sound right?
Yeah, Fenris sounds right.
It does now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Oz is going to call Fenris.
Okay. Yeah, you call Fenris, and unlike the second or third ring, it picks up, and she says, "Go for Fenris."
Fenris, this is Oz. We met a few weeks back, traded the
Ah,
beast.
Flying Man. Yeah. Hey,
Right,
your boys
right.
came by. We told them that y'all were dead.
Good,
I
good.
think they believed us.
Appreciate it. We've got an interesting situation that we feel might be mutually beneficial for the both of us.
Okay.
We are currently being shadowed outside of the city by 2 flying cars.
Oh man,
They're not hostile, they're just watching.
that
If
sounds like a
we
bad time.
I know, right? If we could I don't know if you have anything that could take down a flying car, but you seemed interested in the scrap from the first one I crashed. I thought maybe I'd bring you a pair.
Oh, I don't know that we can handle an AV.
Okay.
I mean, do you need a stash in a garage or something? I could give you a garage.
Okay.
But we don't have anything that can punch through one of those things.
Just as a note, do we have anything that could punch through one of those things? Has Silas got a big gun?
Silas and Vinton both have rifles that
I
will
got a
absolutely do damage.
sniper rifle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the
I
both
just
have
assumed that
heavy
they
use.
had a sniper rifle that would be able to do that, but I guess
Sure, and you saw that they have rifles. When you were there, you saw they had rifles. But she's basically saying that's too much heat for us.
that's fine. Like I said, thought it might be mutually beneficial, but if it's not something you guys are prepared to work with right now, that's fine. We'll keep you in mind the next time.
Y'all be safe, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Get to the thing that I'm looking for. Was there another action about to happen?
Well, Oz was still looking through those paperwork files that he stole from what's his name.
Oh,
See
right.
if any.
Okay, so Oz, you spend some time. Do a library search while y'all are getting closer to the highway. Okay, cool. So this is where you get the real payload out of Sayforth's head. In here are correspondence between him and Scavin, talking about the progression of screwing over Big Iron Gang or Big Iron Family, and then them being called Big Iron Gang. So there's a treasure trove of just like documentation about the slow dismantling of that relationship. And it's very planned. It's been going on for Sayforth has been in here for more than a year, working on this project. And one of the things that you kind of catch at the end of all of this is Scavin was talking about how good it's going to be to get him back, and he has some personal notes in there saying, I'm okay with him getting this contract, but I'm not going to go back. But all the evidence you need to say that he's been working as a mole to get Scavin these contracts is all in there, kind of locked away in his brain.
So Oz would let everybody know. He'd say, "Yeah, there's everything about him being whatchamacallit. We'll be able to pass this on once we get somewhere safe. That'll be handy."
That's fantastic information.
Excellent, Oz. Excellent.
Do you tell us about that last part?
I mean, I don't say. I mean, I don't give any specifics. I just I got all the info that everything is that he's Scavin. It's all in here. Everything's laid out.
Okay. Super. Then Vi is going to clap Vinton on the shoulder and be like, watch over him. and then she's gonna go through the window into the back.
Yes.
10 4, Doc.
Cool. You make it back into the back. I love this. All right. So Vinton, as you are coming up to the highway, you see behind you is unfortunately I don't have a good like graphic for this, so I'm gonna have to like cheat and use this thing. You see a ground car pull up behind you, and it's like a ways back, but it's a SMUD police vehicle. And it's like just turned onto the road. It's like 2 lights back, and you see it starting to make its way up towards you with purpose. And in front of you, you see Unit 102 is also going to make that smaller. Unit 102 is ahead of you on the highway. There's like a bridge that you can see before. So annoying. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, anyways, you can see that there's a police vehicle sitting on the highway, and whenever you were to get up onto that highway headed west, you would get onto an on-ramp that would be out in front of that car. But it's just up on that bridge. The same bridge that you would drive under if you were to just ignore the highway kind of thing. You know how they've got the highway going over the crossroad, over the arterial road. It's up on that bridge. You can see it's, SMUD lights. They're not lit, but you can see them up there. And it's just waiting on that bridge. And you're kind of headed towards one, and you've got another one behind you.
How close am I to that dirt road right here?
So let's see here. I have been presuming. Let's get you guys out of the way real quick.
Okay.
I have been presuming that you guys were here near the garbage pile, and you've been driving towards the highway on this arterial road right here. And so, like, if we zoom in a little bit, this car is like here on the highway, waiting for y'all to get on, and this other car is like on that same arterial road just behind you guys, and you're like getting up to this spot. So there's actually a dirt road right here you could cut onto, but you're kind of far away from this road. You'd have to get on the highway and off to get onto that.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'll calm everybody and be like, looks like we're gonna do a little off-roading, y'all. And I will make my way. I will turn my light on, light and turn signal on, and turn onto that dirt road.
Okay.
I'm gonna make them make the first. I'm gonna make them make the first move.
That's great. That's great. So as soon as this is great. So there's this moment where like all the people are watching you, and as soon as you turn on the turn signal that you're gonna like not get on the highway, this car lights up its lights and tears ass down the highway as fast as it can. Because they've got to get turned around. They've got to get turned around, right?
Yep.
So
and be like, here we go.
So they bust as fast as they can, and I'm gonna select all y'all if it lets me. Oh, let me just move the thing. All right, I'm gonna make y'all small. This is oh, y'all are tiny now. That's sad. Okay. But either way, this is getting me scaled a little bit better. So y'all turn down this road, right? And you start going down this road. This police car moves fast, but doesn't turn on its lights, and it gets on that dirt road behind you guys.
Cool. How many of those spike strips we got? 3, 4? Like, how many was on this truck?
Let's find out. There were 5 on this car.
Yes. Cool. So I'm gonna keep moderate. That's a good number. I'm gonna keep moderate pace, but I want him to get as close as possible as I'm going down this dirt road.
Gotcha. Yeah. So your read of this guy is he's now part of the tail, and he's not going to make a move on you right away.
Are the air cars still there?
Yeah. The air car is still up there, still slowly following you guys.
To Vin wouldn't say this, but in his mind, that air car is his last of his problem. The two immediate problems are the two ground cars.
Yep.
We can take care of that air car with enough bullets.
Oops. I'm gonna put you further up
So,
that road as we
okay.
continue this slow speed car chase. Get this. Oh God, I did not mean to do that. That car is like stupid now. Get that nice and small. Get it a little bit longer. There we go.
David, just to let you know, if we make it to here,
Yep.
and this not making a move, I will make the move. I will start going pretty quickly, just to
Okay.
give you a heads up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that let's get you guys a little bit further, and right as you're kind of getting close to your palms are sweating, you're kind of checking your mirror ton and all that kind of stuff. You're getting closer and closer to your like punch it moment. Right then, you see that second police car, like lights blaring, comes around that corner of that like long dirt straight road. You can just see this huge dust up as it like starts charging down the road, and the car that's been like ghosting y'all turns on its lights and it starts moving fast. Now that it's got
All
it,
right.
now that he's got his backup. So
Can
yeah.
I say that while we were doing the slow drive, like Oz wanted to take a few minutes and like tie up Sayforth's feet, put something over his mouth.
Sure.
Like I don't want this guy being a problem in the middle of a gunfight.
Right.
Race away.
So you don't want the DM to like cause a problem while you're trying to. Okay, I get it. I'm fine. I'm fine.
We're using like 3 rolls of duct tape.
Yeah.
I
No.
mean,
Yeah.
He's wrapped up like a Christmas present.
Okay. Good. Todd, what are you up to?
Could I possibly take the blade out of his arm?
I was coming back to do things.
Okay.
Okay. Tag team.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So the two of you are gonna dismantle this guy's arm.
I'm going to make sure that his other wounds he'll be stable through that, and then we are taking this guy's other arm.
Okay. Cool. So
I'm gonna ask.
And the autodoc, the autodoc thingy. I need to look at that.
Okay, so y'all take some time doing this. Now you're on a dirt road. Okay, so earlier y'all were on like paved road that aren't very well maintained, but they're paved. Now you're on like the worst of roads. So this is going to be kind of like doing a called hit. It's like going to be a -8 to do anything of substance while you're bouncing down this road. As you like on a surgical level, on like a careful level, like those are tough to do. So no, like y'all are kind of dealing with this, and like all of a sudden there's this huge like pothole, and everything jostles in the back. What do y'all want to do under those conditions? You can definitely stabilize this guy. That is not going to be tough to do. But anything like meticulous, that's going to be real tough to do. And I want to see what y'all want to take on while you're in this situation.
I think
If they're going to start surgery, can I interrupt? If you guys don't mind. If I see them like, hey, we're going to start doing surgery, Oz is going to ask, Tar, are you any good with a long gun?
I'm not great, but I'm not the worst.
Okay, because I don't see Venton shooting with a rifle, while he's driving. And if he has a rifle, maybe I could borrow that in case I need to shoot out the back window or something.
No shooting the windows.
Shoot out it's got a little slot that opens up, remember?
Fair enough. Oh yeah, it does at the back doors. That's good.
I'm thinking I can open that up and take a shot out if needed, because I don't figure you're going to be doing that while driving. And I just want to get all of this out of the way before they start an operating theater back here.
Do we have an extra rifle?
Yeah, no, my rifle would be tucked with I would have a duffel bag full of my stuff right there, so he can get it.
Still Vinton's rifle.
Wait, where's your duffel bag? Is it not in the front with you?
I would only have my pistol and my sub, but my hammer and stuff would be in the back.
Okay.
Like I'd have a pistol and my submachine, but my duffel bag with my hammer and all that would be secured in the back.
Okay. All right.
Right,
I find that weird for Vinton to put it in a different room from him, but okay.
Well, there's not a whole lot of room.
That's not a whole lot of room up front. I know what. If it was in my semi, I would have it. I'm in an armored truck. I'm in a metal box of death.
There's got to be room for my guns. I got like 20 of them.
I do have a lot of guns.
Okay. So, So conveniently, Vinton's guns are in the back. Y'all can divvy those out. And we do need to go to break here in just a second. But as the chase is now on, what are the last couple of things y'all are doing while this is rolling?
Ta and I are checking out first the auto dock
Okay.
that this dude has and getting ready to mess with it.
All right. So both of you do a Cybertech check, and it'll be a -8 off of whatever you roll. So.
Oh, so
yeah. So 24.
mine would be
16. Okay. That's still a great roll. I mean, like roll high because you need it, kind of thing.
I failed.
Wow. Yikes. Okay. All right. So the two of you are looking at this, and there's going to be, I guess, kind of an argument about what to do here. I don't know. Like, Todd does so super well, and Vi is like, here's what it is. Todd, you had set this thing into a certain way because you had teched on it earlier, and you know your way around this thing. And Vi is looking at this for the first time and doesn't realize what all you've done, right? So there's this like moment there where the two of you are looking at this, and Vi, you accidentally switch the thing back on, and it's like running for 3 seconds, and Ta, because of your like great roll, you cut that off. But the auto dock, and it like did a little alert, boop, 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 like missing meds, patient in patient needs help kind of thing. The little like trauma red lights are going off, and Ta, you get that thing turned off again. But y'all don't make any like progress on doing anything else with the auto dock because of this like mix mashy thing here.
Sorry, Ta.
Ta is very pissed looking and doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let's go to break here as the cop cars are muscling towards y'all, and you have Sayforth secured, right? I mean, he's like bound and gagged, and like he can inchworm maybe. If when he wakes up he's not in blinding pain, he can inchworm, right? And we will be back, folks, in about 15 minutes. Let me turn on my stuff to make sure I can do that right. We have plenty of viewers. Let's do a little Legend Keeper giveaway thing while we're at it. It's been a while since we've given away Legend Keeper. Oh god, I did not mean to do that over there. Okay, cool. Legend Keeper, Cloudbot, giveaways. Okay, we are going to... that. We're going to turn on the giveaway machine and give away a copy of Legend Keeper while we're on break. These breaks, unfortunately, have to be a little bit longer right now. I'm going to take a 15-minute break. While we are gone, we have opened up the Legend Keeper giveaway engine machine. Just put a exclamation point, Legend Keeper, into the chat, and that will enter you in to win a copy of Legend Keeper, or a beta key, beta access to Legend Keeper. And it is phenomenal. It's what we use right here to track the campaign. It's how I know where Roy's Chexican Motel and Cafe are, and what the menu is, and all of that stuff on instant recall. So the next time they go to the Chexican restaurant, they've got instant access to all that food. But yeah, it is a really awesome like map tool and all of that good stuff, where we get to see like SMUD headquarters and nice big photos and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a really, really cool campaign tracking, world building tool. I recommend it for everybody. So toss Legend Keeper in the chat, and we will give away some Legend Keeper beta keys. And if you already have Legend Keeper but want to give it to a friend, enter in anyways, and just give me their email address when we do the thing. Like, whatever. Let's give this stuff away.
Did you just say I could enter?
Yes, you can enter. Yes, Liz Mac, let's all order some Chexican. We need to find like a legit Chexican restaurant, or like actually produce some of these menu items and like circulate.
The change you want to see in the world.
Yes, we need to be the change that we want to see. Let's invent these recipes and like do an HSG Chexican cookout thing.
Yes.
That could be part of the meetup at Gen Con.
Oh my god, that'd be so amazing.
Yes, bring shit.
How are we gonna cook
Colachos.
in like
Molash.
hotels?
Oh
know, we'll make it
lordy.
happen.
Oh lordy.
The hotel that the guys normally stay at, it has a dinette set thing in it. So
Oh my god.
right, doesn't that
This
Missy?
is gonna happen. Okay.
Yay.
Checkskin is gonna happen at Gen Con for show. We will be.
Now I gotta actually practice cooking.
That's right. That's right. We will be right back. We're gonna take again a 15-minute break, so it'll be 9:35 ish, 9:37 ish when we get back. But either way, please enter in to win some Legend Keeper and give it to yourself, give it to your friends, whatever. I just want to make sure that Braden and the team over at Legend Keeper get lots of users so that they get a great product. And we will be right back, everybody.
Fine.
Oh my god, we're back. So, in situations like this, as a GM, where it's like really kind of scary, because like there's a city that knows about you guys, and they have opinions.
Just a couple, probably.
I
Not
went and
that
got
many.
myself some nice cookies and some milk.
That's bad. That's a
Well,
bad sign.
the safety blanket is ready to go.
Yeah,
I've resituated it. I could throw it on at a moment.
This is GM self care right here.
Check.
Of like, man, this is a tense moment. I better eat my feelings.
Quick attack. Put on a safety blanket. Quick attack.
Right.
Ethan.
All right. So let
My extra
us start off by picking a winner. And close the entries. I'm gonna pick a winner for our Legend Keeper giveaway. Liz Mack, congrats! I know you're already a user, which is fantastic. So we want to give this away to one of your friends. I am going to send you a whisper on Twitch here, and I'm super pumped that you got this. So congrats to you. And we will grab an email from you. Doesn't have to be yours, could be a friend's or whomever. And I would love to send them a beta key to Legend Keeper.
Liz Mac, my second favorite Pokemon in the world is Teddy Ursa. I appreciate that emoji.
Good. So we're dead, right? Just cut to that.
No.
5 minutes
Instant
later,
death.
everyone's on fire.
Isn't death? Everything's on fire.
I
How did we
rolled
get
the truck
here?
5 million times.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so many Poke emotes. Keep them rolling. That's so good. All right.
Nice.
I'm about to kill these Milanos. What I'm about to do.
That's a bad sign for us.
Better to kill the Milanos than you guys, right? That's what I'm telling myself. It's still good. It's still good.
Yeah.
I have no shame about this
Funny
next
man.
action. Oh my god.
15-second roll. You're good.
15-second rule. Just as many as it takes.
1 hour rule.
Couple day rule.
Couple day rule.
Couple day rule in the dumpster. It's
We've
fine.
all done it. Don't lie.
Fresh enough.
I don't smell it that bad.
Oh my god. Oh my god. All right.
Just to let you
So
great. Ben, what's the character to play?
let's
Hopefully y'all.
let me pull up a doc here. I just need a little notepad to keep track of all the junk. And just move that over there. Okay. So, armored car has, what did we decide? 70?
70 hit points, 15 on the glass.
Okay. Alright, cool. Good stuff. Get all that down. There we go. I feel like we should roll initiative. Because they've pumped the gas. It is now each combat turn matters. What are y'all gonna do? Well, these cars are barreling down this dirt road, bumping along with you guys. So the way vehicle combat works is automatically the drivers have top initiative. So I need to know between Vinton and the two squad car drivers who is in what order on those three cars. And then
Okay.
you're all already at speed, so this is not going to be like one of them does their full move and rams you. It's going to be, do they gain on you or not, that kind of thing. And I need to get that door shut. 1 second, guys. Beautimus. So, Vinton, will you roll for me your initiative?
Hey!
Hey,
Whoa.
27.
Dude, Vinton goes first. Holy shit. Okay, good on you.
That's
Oh man, this guy rolled really well, and it's not gonna matter for shit.
What we like to hear.
That's
Darn.
man. I mean, like, come on. 19.
This is my
wasted.
job. This is my job. No, he didn't. No, he did not.
No.
Beat me.
He rolled a 10 as you, just like you did. But instead of adding 8 to his roll, he only added 6 to his roll. So it goes right behind
Yeah.
you. Right behind you.
Suck it.
I'm Vin Diesel. He's Paul Walker. Get out my face. I always win.
Holy shit. Oh my god. All right.
Yeah.
So Vinton's going to get to drive first. That is awesome. And you all are racing as fast as you can down this dirt road. Give me, I think after the cars, after the vehicles, maybe vehicles, shooters. Who is a shooter out of this car? Silas?
Oz.
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 Oz and Silas. Okay, so Silas and Oz, give me your initiatives.
What? 19.
Ooh, nice. Silas 19. Okay.
I don't really add anything anymore most of the
Did you set your points?
I did.
Yeah, you've organized all your solo points into their various
Mhm.
places where they need to go. Yeah, cool.
Yes. I could use a couple more, but we gotta figure out something there.
Um, oh my god. All right, that's dumb. Okay, so I've got all my shooters sorted. The other two, Vi and Ta. Why don't the two of you give me your initiatives as well? Ta is a 15. Okay.
-4.
Are you serious?
What?
-4.
Oh my
That's
god.
okay. You always want the healer to go near the end anyway.
That's true.
True.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get that roll out.
God.
You know.
Oh my god. Vi is going on a 1. I'm just gonna drop you down to the 1. Okay. Yikes. All right. That is all good. It is all good. It'll be fine.
That's 2 crit failures in a row for me.
That's tonight has been. Y'all have done a lot of those. So
Roll 20.
Roll 20, baby. It giveth. No, it doesn't. It just taketh.
No, take it. It taketh only.
That's all
It
it does.
taketh and it screweth.
Yeah.
When you load up, if you catch it quick enough, it'll say randomizing dice, sort of. They got that sort of in there. I'm like, yeah, BS on that.
Mm-hmm.
Call you on that one.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. All right. So, y'all are racing. Vinton, what are you gonna do first round of combat?
How close is the closest car?
I'm gonna
That
say
first.
they've all gassed it. The one that's furthest is still a ways back. But the one up front was like, okay, this is my moment, right? I've got my backup, so I'm ready to go.
Okay.
They are. How fast were you going?
I was probably at that point doing like 45 ish.
Okay.
So I was not going slow, but
Right.
I was kicking up a good, but not trying to be. Now I'm like punching it, so I'm trying to get away, but I also understand it's a truck, so I'm taking them. So
Sure, it takes it a
I would
minute to
say-
rev up. Absolutely. These
Yeah.
little interceptor cars, they're going to be faster at the ramp
Yeah.
up. So this car was trailing you by, several hundred feet, kind of thing. Because it's a long dirt straight. Where are you going to go, right?
Yeah.
You're going this
Right.
way. And so it juiced it, and it's probably going like 60 down this dirt road.
Okay.
When you reacted and punched it as well. So they've probably closed that gap to, I'm going to say 100 feet at this point.
Okay.
which
I
is
want to drop
pretty
my
close.
Yeah, I want to drop my first set of spike strips on him.
All right, cool. So, yeah, you drive and you deploy. There's like a big red button, like punch here for solving problems.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
just it has like one of those old label makers, and it just says problem solver
Yes.
around the button.
Yes. Absolutely. What do I need to roll something like?
No, this guy needs
No.
to roll. This is what needs to happen on his turn. He's going to roll. So you punch it. You take that car as fast as it can go.
Yeah.
You can get going faster than 60 this round, or do you want to kind of stay at keeping pace with them? Do you want to try and pull away or keep pace?
For this round, I want to stay paced. I don't want to try to get out just yet.
Okay.
Plus, we're on a dirt road. I want to. It's like,
So all of you in the back, like all of you just feel this shift as objects in motion or at rest and to stay at rest. Y'all have been going 45. Suddenly this truck rockets up to going 60, 65. And all of you like grab onto stuff. Sayforth slides to the back and like bumps against the door and kind of like does one of those like angled things where he just kind of starts to like his head starts to lean and then bumps into a thing. And Vi, you're there to keep him from like, I don't know, from a wound opening on him.
You said there's cages.
There are cages for equipment, yes.
How large are those cages?
How large do you need a cage to be?
About a human body size.
Sure,
Just
why
like
not?
just a little bit smaller. Just a little bit smaller than
Why
a human
not?
body.
Why not?
Well, he is missing an arm, right?
Yeah.
So that makes him more compact, I
He
think.
is a compact
And, like,
human
the
right
shoulder and like the shoulder section.
now.
Like, that's a whole.
That makes me feel oogie, but yes.
You don't have to deal with it.
Us, we should put him in one of the cages.
Get over here, and like he'll just grip him and just start dragging him to one of the cages.
It's not y'all's initiative, but that's what you're going to work on this round. I got it.
Words.
That's
I
all
got
right.
it. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay, cool. So yeah, y'all are like trying to keep Sayforth from like getting further injured in this car sliding around in the back room area, and keep yourself safe as well. Oz, you are like you've got a gun and you're like leaned up against this thing. You got your feet like spread to like keep yourself stable as this truck is bouncing along. And so you've kept yourself safe as well. Silas and Vincent, you're in the front seat, like whatever. You're all good. Okay, so you deploy those strips. Police car number 1 is going to have to dodge those. It's not his initiative yet. Police car number 2 in the back is booking it as fast as he can. And he is basically spending this round concentrating on keeping himself on this dirt road and catching up to y'all. So he's really not taking any other combat actions. But police car number 1 does even notice there's a big dust cloud. Does not notice. So you're kicking up all this like dirt and junk just from the truck accelerating and all that stuff. Hides those spikes as you laid them out. And his car is going to roll right over them. And they are going to take, I want to say like road spikes. They're designed to kill tires. So I feel like 46 feels like a good amount of damage for them to do to a thing, you know?
And
like,
then they get kicked up into the bottom of the car.
Right.
And just
right.
like twist around everything important from what I've seen. When
screws
you
up the
actually hit
axle.
one of those, it's bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is going to
Bad
be
time.
like 46 to it's like a called shot because you're specifically trying to damage the tires and all that kind of stuff. But you don't need to roll the hit. That guy needed to roll the dodge, and he failed. He failed to even notice. So all that damage. Oh my god.
Please tell me there's a
Did you
crit in
crit?
there.
Did you crit?
That was
Or did-
that was 3 6s and a 2.
Ooh.
So
Oh,
yeah,
it's done.
20?
yeah.
It's a crit.
20.
Yeah, so that's a super crit. Now, I don't think that there are crits for there's not a crit table for vehicles, right?
Just those tires. Are
There
gone.
isn't a crit table, but it does have a specific thing that you can do called shots for vehicles, and it does have.
Wait, sorry, say that one more time.
I do remember saying there isn't like a called shot for vehicles. It doesn't have a crit table, but there is like it still does bad stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you it like rolls the car or something.
So let's just imagine a crit table real quick, because I really want us to do more to this than just pop a couple of tires. I want to say that because you did a called shot and that was successful, we already know that your chosen target, the tires, are gonzo. But those like bits of metal shard, they're up in there doing worse things to this car too, especially with that kind of damage. Vinton, since you rolled it, why don't you, or since you deployed them, why don't you do a 2d6? And I'm gonna look at the or I'm gonna look at the critical damage table, and I'm gonna find something else for us to do with that jump.
There's got to be a chance like one of the tires comes off and goes through the windshield of the car behind it. That would be awesome.
So a 7
I got
on
a
that.
7.
A 7
Broken
on that.
axle.
You're
That's
so
a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. I don't know. Let's see here.
There's one called Foreign Object.
I like that. So I'm going to say that one of the road spikes is up in the engine, wreaking havoc on the operation of the car itself. So like beyond just like the tires are jacked, but like hoses or belts or something else is getting fucked up right now. So this car is going to be beyond vehicle dead. It's going to be like cooked. Much harder to repair and get back onto the road.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Good
awesome.
start.
Great
Good start. Let's go.
Great round. Great round.
How's it going to stay on that dirt road with those front tires that do all the steering just gone?
I mean, like, right? It's just gonna like.
It's just gonna like.
It's going to take up a lot of dust for the thing behind it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big obstacle.
Yeah, exactly. So that vehicle is cooked. The second vehicle is still going, but that's a minute behind you. Police car number 2 has done its thing. Number 1 is dead on the ground. Silas, what do you want to do?
How far is that police car behind us?
The one that's still rolling?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to still be like 250 feet. Maybe even longer. Because I mean, it was at the
meters.
Oh, good point. Let's go 250 meters, because it was at the end of the dirt road, gunning it. That's really what initiated all this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still got some catch up to do before it gets like close to y'all.
Yeah, that's still in pretty good sniper range. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like it's still
Yeah.
it's sub 20.
I'm gonna
on
eat
that
this cookie
hit.
while you contemplate sub 20 rolls against a police car.
I mean, like, what else are we gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
We've already dropped spike strips. It's not like they're gonna be like, oh, that was an accident.
That was an accident.
They don't care.
You could.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna just kind of pop the driver if I can see him.
I mean, it's dusty, but I don't see why
Yeah.
not. I'm gonna give you like a -4 because you are like driving down at speed a dirt road. So like you can see the vehicle. Shooting the vehicle is a -4,
Mhm.
right? And you can totally shoot the person as well at the same minus. But I want you to kind of get that like this is not a stable firing platform that you're on.
I'll just mark dark or obscured because that gives me a -4 on these little modifiers or what
Perfect.
have you.
Perfect.
Um,
It is
I do get a
obscured by
plus-
the dust and all that
yeah,
stuff.
I do get a +2 because it's at greater than 50 meters. So my teleoptics
Yeah.
come in and my targeting scope.
Yeah.
And it's a smart gun. So is that another +1?
It's another +1. Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's +3.
Nice.
So that almost gets rid of that. Cool. So I think I'm just gonna take that shot. I think just
Awesome.
at the
Upgraded
dude. I'm not gonna go for a headshot because I still got to roll a 17.
Beautiful.
That's a little high for that. Yeah. So this will be. I don't think it factors in that +3, so it'll just be. Or wait, I can actually factor that in the other modifiers. I think. +3. Yeah. Okay. So it's just whatever. It should be correct when I shoot it.
Yes. I love this. I love that the sheet allows us to do all this mathy stuff.
25.
Oof.
Okay, and is Lotus the name of the gun?
It is.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Yeah, so you hit the driver. Roll that damage.
23 damage. Wait, plus 1, 24 damage. But
Okay.
none of those are crits. It's a ton of
That's a lot of
fives.
fives.
Yeah. Okay,
So
cool.
24 before armor.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So
One of my solo points is extra damage.
nice. So yeah, you see that round impact that glass, and that glass like spider out, right? And then like chunk as you've cleared through the bulletproof glass on the front of that car, and the rest of your damage goes into that guy, the driver, right? Whoever they are, man, woman, you have no idea. Too far away. Yeah, there's dust and stuff in the way, but you see the form, and you know you cleared through that glass, ruined that glass, and have struck the driver for 8 points.
How much is bulletproof glass?
15.
15, so 9 points.
9 points. Okay. Oh, that's right, because you have the +1.
The extra +1. I don't know how to. I don't think I can add that in.
So the driver 9. They would have had like a Kevlar helmet on, so -2. But still, you hit him, right? Or not a Kevlar helmet, but like Kevlar body armor on, right? So
Cool.
you definitely did damage. You see the car like do a slight jerk as like the glass shards bust through and hurt them and all that kind of stuff. Next up, Shooter Oz.
Okay. So what all is still back there? It's the car that has no tires is back there.
Right, and it's like sliding to a violent stop right now.
It was the car in front. So what about the car behind it? It's got to go like completely off road or something to get around it. I mean, we're just driving down a dirt road.
Yeah, it has to navigate that whole problem. Whenever it gets to be its turn, whenever it needs to navigate that problem, it will have to. Yeah.
Okay. Can I see the arrow car?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot
now,
that.
well, so you can see it, but you have those little gun ports for shooting people around the truck, right?
Right.
I don't think that gun port is like intended to help you like hit an air vehicle, but I don't know. I'd give you that. I mean, you're still gonna be at the -4, just like everybody else. But okay, shoot at the car.
We're gonna shoot at that. I think he's gonna, it might take a moment or two before we turn to get a good angle on it or something like that. And
Sure.
And he'll take his shot because
using my gun, and it does
Yeah.
have AP rounds automatically loaded. Like I keep that.
Okay.
AP.
Awesome.
And I do have a smart gun link.
Okay.
So I don't know if it has a targeting scope on the gun or not.
It does not.
It probably wouldn't help you because the gun port's not going to give you like the box big enough for a scope.
Right.
Vision.
So okay, so yeah, I'm taking shot because as much as I'm going to get rid of the cars right around us, if that thing keeps on us, it's just going to keep telling me where the other cars should go. So
Does red have the like aiming, like just taking a round to aim? Or no?
I think it does.
Like in 2020?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you can spend time to aim.
16.
Okay, so 16, was that before or after the -4?
That was before, so it's only a 12.
Okay, cool. So you shoot and the round goes wide. I mean, pretty close to the car, but not hitting the car. And it like does a whoa.
Yeah.
Nobody's supposed to shoot at us. Okay, so after Oz is this guy. So the first car is coming to a violent stop. The passenger in that car goes to get out of the car. No, he doesn't. Because his car is still coming to a stop. He is. Yeah, he's gonna get out of the car. So, whoa, that's huge.
He is so going to get hit by that other car. It's going to be awesome.
So he gets out of the car. He's still kind of close to the car. You know, like that typical, like, the car is now cover idea. Even though it's, like, on rims and real low to the ground, he gets out of the car. And he's going to spend his whole round basically doing that safely while the car is coming to a violent stop. So at the end of this round, he's going to be outside of the car, and the husk of that car is going to be kind of between you guys and him. Shooter number 2 up here, back here. He is going to shoot at you guys. Oh, well, that's a hit.
Kind of guns he got.
Right?
Because it's 250 meters.
Yeah. So he has a rifle.
Sniper rifle?
Probably not.
So if it's an assault rifle, he needs a 25.
Yes, he rolled a.
Hella.
Yeah, he rolled a 29. So.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
He hits just the back of the truck for 15 damage. So the back of the truck where you guys you hear like rounds impacting impacting that back like box that y'all are in, striking kind of around the truck and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so that is their turn. Ta and Vi, at the end, the two of you have elected to put Sayforth in a cage.
Yep.
All right, I guess give me athletics rolls to get this like dead weight up into a vertical position.
Can I ask a clarifying question before I roll?
Sure.
When his auto dock turned on, would that have woken him up at all, or should I can I just give him a quick check over and make sure nothing is still operating and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Or would it have just been an on-off thing and I just?
So when the auto dock kicked on, it didn't have a long amount of time to do anything. It probably would have tried to dose him with something like a stim or something like that, but you had taken all those out. So, okay. Auto docs really can't do much. They just give you the medication they think you need, and then provide diagnostics information to a doctor. So, it turned on, but couldn't have done any good to him in the state that it's in.
And then so I'll roll the athletics, but I also want to solder it in. So we would actually have to really break he's gonna have to basically break the cage even if he wakes up with my fingertip.
Okay, well, let's get him in the cage first. So let's do athletics, but between the two of you. Again, -4s for all the stuff because you're fighting the truck. Okay, so
11.
So that's all good. So the two of you at an 11. Between the two of you, y'all can wrestle him in here. It's slop, right? But you've got him in the cage, and you can kind of get the door shut, and push the latch into place, and he's up there in this thing, and it's good that he's missing his right arm because he can fit in there at an angle. It's probably an old rifle bin or something like that,
Yeah, very comfortable. Is there any exterior sign that alerts to trauma team, something on him that might say, hey, I have trauma team platinum or some shit?
Yeah, that would have been in his wallet. His trauma team card. And the way that trauma team works is if you go into a coma, trauma team shows up. If you break your card, trauma team shows up.
Well, let's make sure we removed that from him.
Yeah, I mean it was in his wallet, and I think Ta had it, so it's probably sliding around on the floor right now, unless you pocketed his wallet.
Yeah, we just don't need trauma team to show up.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I would have pocketed his wallet.
Okay.
But you also know that this guy can't go into a coma, so if he goes into a coma, trauma team is going to show up.
Okay.
Is there a way to disable that communication?
Oh, guess you could Faraday the card.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as nobody does anything with it, it should be fine, right?
But eventually we're gonna have to deal with him anyway.
But he hasn't gone into a coma. We can keep causing him to pass out.
Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but when we hand him over. He's
So-
probably going to a coma.
Well, that's
more.
Big Iron's problem, not ours.
Yeah, the critical thing there is that
need
you
their help.
can't put him in your cryo bag.
Right, because that would definitely.
Put him in a medically induced coma.
Okay. Well, we'll figure that out when we get to Big Iron, I guess.
Okay.
Can
That's
I-
y'all's round. I mean, that's 3 seconds
Yeah,
to get
that's
this
fine.
guy up off the ground and into the thing. So back at the top of the initiative, Vinton.
All right. I would calm back and be like, I hope y'all will buckle up because I'm gonna pour more speed on. After seeing that success, I'm gonna now make the other guy work for it.
Cool.
So I'm gonna pour the speed on,
Yeah. So you
try to start making my way.
you move up. And good stuff. Anything else you're doing this round?
My hand's steadily on the solve problem button
Okay.
because I'm waiting for that other guy to get here. That's like my best weapon right now.
Oh yeah, no, it's a great weapon. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great effect so far. Okay, so police car number 2. This guy down here, he has to make a drive check to navigate all this stuff. He does so. You watch as he like goes a little off the gravel road where the back end starts to dip down. Right. He slides around his friend and gets in front of them. He had to lose some speed in order to make that maneuver, but successfully gets around this problem. I'm gonna grab the driver for the other car is no longer driving. He gets out of his car. All right. So let me get a new initiative for him, just because he's not driving anymore. Okay. Cool.
I'm also trying to pick up enough speed to make the dust cloud even bigger. I might give Silas a little bit in Oz trouble, but it also gives them trouble. Like,
Yep.
The whole.
Absolutely. All right. So those are the drivers. Shooters. Silas, what are you up to?
Who am I looking at?
So down the back, you've got a car that is still, I'm gonna say 220-ish yards behind you. They really couldn't gain on you because they were navigating the stalled car problem. But yep, they're back there giving chase, and then behind them is a police car with 2 officers that have stepped out.
How far is the flying car?
The flying car has been. Oh, you know what? I need to give them an initiative, and they need to make a decision. I'm so sorry. The flying car is banking away from y'all.
Okay.
And has moved like another 100 yards further away. Because they don't need to be too close to keep an eye on this like armored truck going down a dirt road. But
How far are they though?
I'm gonna say that they were 300 yards. Now they're 400 yards.
Okay. Still doable, actually.
For Silas.
It's extremely doable. Think about it. Let's see. Silas, that car. I'm probably gonna hit that driver again.
The guy who is out of the car.
No, the guy who's still driving that car, the one I got last round.
I'm so sorry. I marked the wrong guy as being hit. Let me move that damage. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, so I think I'm just again same modifiers as before.
Yep. Yeah, the dust cloud is bigger, but the effective minuses are the same.
Cool. 23.
23 after minuses?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Awesome. So yeah, you hit the guy, that glass is all busted out. Give me your damage.
17. But no double sixes.
Okay. All right. So 17. Okay, cool. Is Kevlar. Okay, perfect. So yeah, you strike that guy again. He is definitely taking damage now. As you've cleared his bulletproof glass out of the way. After Silas, Oz.
I was just gonna try to shoot at the flying car again because he probably has a better chance of that than something covered all in dust in the back that he doesn't even see.
Sure. Yeah, give me that.
So this will not be including the -4.
Okay.
20, so 16.
That's what a 20 is what you need to hit at
Yeah.
that distance with a sniper. So.
Yeah, so you line it up as well as you can, fire, and the next round goes like just behind the car, kind of thing. And you got your angle right, but it's just like it's a bear because this whole truck is like jostling along, and it's impossible to really spend the time to line up your shot, especially at these ranges. But you're scaring the car away, like it is leaving. Does not want to get hit by what you got. And every time he fires, like Ta and Vi, like inside this box, it is loud. It's like an explosion. You feel it, because there's no room for that pressure to go. So it just like hits all of you in this like little box. And good on you, Oz. So shooter 1 back here, he's gonna try and shoot y'all's. Well, let's see here. He's got his buddies between you and him. He's going to move wide. He's going to get away from his car. And then he's going to shoot at... I'll shoot at y'all's tires. Trying to get you to stop. Hit. So...
Is it the same -8 for like car called shots, or is it easier?
No, it's still in -8. Yeah, so it's a -8, -4. And y'all are, what is it? Probably 300 yards away at this point.
Because
You've been
25 with an assault rifle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he's got a just like a bolt action rifle.
Okay, so 17.
Yeah,
sniper rifle, I guess.
Yeah, so he's and he rolled
minus the 4, minus the 8.
Yeah, he rolled a 29.
Woo!
These
Boy,
guys aren't gonna like screw around with y'all. These guys mean business. So the tires take 10 damage. Sorry, no.
Woo!
Take 8 damage. So I think the tires have like 6 to spare, something like that.
Okay.
I think they got like 15 HP.
Yeah, because if I remember right, when you made the truck, they were bulletproof.
Yep.
Tires.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like.
How do I get 29s on my shot?
I don't know. They're.
I'm built for that. I can't roll 29 unless it's a crit.
No, I mean, like
Damn.
They just made it though.
That's rough.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, because you get all your bonuses and all that kind of stuff. Your targeting scopes and all that.
Yeah, I can't get a 29. I have like a 20 bonus maybe, so it'd have to be like a crit or a really high roll with no minuses.
Yeah, I mean they rolled a 9, and they got a plus 20 on other stuff. So, or this guy does.
Okay, we're even then.
The shooters do.
Yeah.
The drivers are not as good.
Damn.
Okay.
Even then with shooting skill.
Damn. Finally, someone to give you some challenge.
Well, I got nerfed, right? Pretty hard, so.
Right. Because
back in the olden days.
Because of the splits and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there was a patch where they nerfed Silas.
They did.
Yeah.
He was OP. He was a strike, so they nerfed him back down to just an A.
I'm like Cthulhu and
what's up, Runic?
That game was.
Okay, so moving on. Where was I?
The guy who was just
That was
shot
the
at us.
first shooter.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
you got
The
one guy.
police car that is still chasing y'all. He's gonna shoot at the truck again. Because he doesn't really have like a person he can shoot at. I guess he could shoot at Silas. Yeah, he's going to shoot at Silas because Silas has been shooting
Please
his
do.
driver. So Silas has to lean out far enough to get to the driver. That means that the passenger gets to shoot at Silas as well. So I don't think that hits because it's only...
If I did the math right, I think he needs a 37 if he has a rifle.
He needs a 37?
Yeah, because it's a 25 for a rifle. It's not like a bolt action, right? It's just like a regular rifle.
I thought it was the bolt actions.
Yeah, these guys have bolt action
So
rifles.
it's a 17 to hit
Oh,
for
then
200 to 400
yeah, then it's
meters.
a 29.
So,
Why is it a
it's like
29?
Because the minus 12 is for like being in the car. And all that
Yeah,
stuff.
in the called shot.
It's not a called shot, though. It's a person.
Oh, you.
Oh, right. So just minus 4.
Oh,
Yeah, because otherwise it's a
sorry.
29 for
25.
Silas to hit the driver.
Gotcha.
That's 17 and 4.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, he still misses. Y'all don't mess with me like this, okay?
Yeah,
PCs are all called shots, but the NPCs are not called shots. No, that's not how that works. Okay, so either way, he misses, and those are my shooters. The driver is going to assess his car. He's gonna like, why isn't my car working? That's what he's spending his combat round doing. Ta and Vi, what do y'all want to do?
Can I use my deduce and see where the safest place in the car would be for me?
That's gonna be pretty obvious. You're gonna want to be as close to the driver's compartment as possible, with all of these cages between you and the cops.
Okay, that's not worth it to do.
Yeah, you don't have to roll.
I am putting myself in one of those chairs buckled in, and I'm turning my amplification off or to dull out the firing noise so I can hear the others.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely like take a second to get yourself centered and kind of assess what's going on. You can tell that the truck itself has taken some damage, but it seems like everybody in the truck is fine.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that to not be the case, and be able to jump into action.
Perfect. All right, back at the top. Vinton.
Where's that car at? Couple feet, on the feet.
Which one?
Feet. The cop car is still chasing us.
The cop car was still 200 and something meters behind you guys, because it couldn't gain on you while it maneuvered around its
Gotcha.
its buddy.
We got 5. I'm gonna hit the get the fuck out of trouble button.
You put more strips down on the ground, more tire shredders.
I'm gonna like, let's see how good he really is. I want to test this driver out.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, you hit you hit your second charge, right?
Yep, second charge.
Cool. And you're still racing as fast as you can. I'm gonna say you make that turn.
Okay.
Yeah, you're turning this way, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure I got you right on this there's a dirt road going up to Highway 5.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, so you make that turn. This guy is still chasing. And he needs to roll.
Mario Kart strats drop the spikes right after the turn.
That's right. That's right. Cool. So you see him as y'all make that turn, he catches the spikes, sees the spikes, but slows way down to navigate the spikes. So you gain distance on the second car.
I got my floor at this. It's about to get real bumpy real quick. I'm trying to put as much distance between the shooters and that car as possible at this.
Yep. So I'm going to say that he drops back to like 310 yards behind.
Okay.
As like he has to slow way down to get around the strips that you put down on the road that you kicked out the back of your truck. Meanwhile, the AV that's ghosting you guys continues to fly just straight north, giving more distance between you all. So whereas they were like 300-ish yards away, they're like 320-ish yards away now. And probably gaining some altitude as well. Just trying to Just trying to not be easy to hit, but still kind of shadowing you as well as they can. And yeah, I think that's it for the drivers. Shooters, Silas, what are you up to?
I'm gonna shoot that driver again.
So
If I can see him.
with the angles y'all have, you don't have an angle on the driver or that police car kind of at all, because y'all have turned and they are navigating around those strips right now. So
Took a pot shot at the flying car. They look comfortable.
Okay.
So that's gonna be what are they, like 300? Oh, so that's still a 17. That's the same as hitting the other cars. Same modifiers and everything, right?
No, you don't have to deal with the minus the whatever it is for them being covered in dust.
-4. Okay.
Yeah, you lose the -4 because they're not covered in dust. They're like clear skies.
Cool. So now it's a +3. We love to see it.
Awesome.
All right. 21.
Sweet. All right. Yeah. So you send a round down range. You hit that car. How much damage do you do?
17. Only 1/6.
Ah, tough.
Damn it.
All right. Yeah.
I
So
would really like to watch that engine
you
go
put a
up.
hole in that car, and they're like, okay, this idea of just ghosting that car is getting worse. We're gonna angle away. But yeah, you definitely put lead into that car for sure. And let me put AV1 is at minus. You just did how much to it? 17?
17, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Good show. All right. After Silas is Oz.
Who can I see at this point out of my window?
So out the back, you can see this police car because you're looking out the back windows. And off to your right, driver's side, you see that police car making that wide turn around all the junk on the road. It is probably, you could probably still see the AV car as well.
I'm not gonna shoot at the AV car. Because I have to crit to hit it.
Okay.
But I will shoot at the cop car that's trying to be slow. Just because they're in the middle of trying to avoid tire strips. Let's give them something else to worry about at the same time.
I love it. You're just shooting at the car itself, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I just hold on one sec. For whatever reason, I hit back and back down.
Oh no, yeah. Vinton, as you're driving, you can see there's more like dust plumes kicking up on the entrance to this dirt road.
Now, for fuck's sakes.
That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
All right, 19.
19. Okay.
5D.
Is that with all the minuses loaded in?
I don't know what minuses are
So-
included at
so
this
you
point
have
in time.
Yeah, so you have a -4 for being bumpy down the road, and another -4 because of all the like dust and junk that's kicked up. So your round is near them but doesn't hit them. It just cuts through the smoke, and it just doesn't quite hit that car. This guy is kind of out of the action. This other guy is still in the action. He is going to shoot at. He's going to shoot at Oz, because he can see Oz in the back of the armored truck. You've got the armored glass between you and him. That misses. Okay. And moving right along, Ta and Vi.
I think I'm just gonna have a permanent called action of when someone gets like seriously hurt, that I'm there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I am hiding like as much as I can.
Sure.
Because
Sure.
eventually we're gonna get bullets to this thing.
Yep. All right. So.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do. Yeah, I'm just gonna like brace myself wherever I am.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe yell out to Oz like, "Hey, if you need another shooter, take a break. I can take over, but still in my spot."
Okay. All right. Back to the top, Vinton. You've gained some ground on this guy. I'll pull you away.
Okay. How far is that dust plume at? Where are they at? Are they right up here?
No, they're way
Or...
no. They're way at the
Oh.
entrance. Way at the entrance.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
back here.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna lay. I'm gonna keep it floored.
Okay.
And I am going to lay another spike strip down. This will be the last time I do that until I get back on the highway, unless they get closer. But I'm gonna keep trying to slow this guy up.
Okay. Perfect. So you just floor it as fast as you can. I'm gonna say you're making good progress up this road, past this turn. That guy was at the turn here, and you dropped another like. I'm just do a little mark here. Say that you dropped another little thing there. Oh, whoops! I meant to draw a shape. There we go. All right, cool. So you drop some more tire shredders. Gas it as fast as you can up this way. This car continues to drive or fly away from y'all. Whoops, I didn't mean for it to echo like that. So it continues to fly away from y'all. It's probably like 400 yards away at this point. Whereas this other car has picked up speed again and is trying to catch y'all. Oops, I didn't mean to get skinny or too fat. Got to be exactly right. It's got to be just right,
there
folks.
we go.
All right, so he's going to navigate these strips. Okay. Yeah, he's got to slow down again for those. So he takes his time here, again, going slow, and that gets us to the shooters. Silas, it's a straight shot now back to that car, so you can see the passenger and the driver in that police car. They're still like 250 yards behind y'all because they race to catch up, and they are in a faster car, but they keep slowing down to deal with these
250.
Yeah, 250 yards.
All right. Cool. I can handle that. So the dust thing is back, I'm assuming.
Yeah, because Vinton is not slowing down. It's all just a wall of dust back there. And
okay, and just to make sure, I don't have to deal with the bumpy stuff because I'm in the like cab, and so it's not doing the same.
You still have to deal with bumpy stuff. Yeah.
Okay, because you said we were fine at first, and so I hadn't been doing -8. It was just -4 for the dust.
Oh, my apologies. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, you're on rough road dealing with this too. Earlier, when I was saying that you were fine, I meant to say that like you're in a a bench seat that's facing forward, so you're being pressed into the seat. You're not worried about sliding around in the cab.
Yeah. So is it now -8?
It is -8. Yeah.
Okay. -8 + 6.
Yeah.
I'll find something else on this list that does -4. Okay.
Okay.
You can also just put in -8.
Yeah, it's easier to click on stuff.
I'll remember that for the next iteration.
Yeah. I already have the +3 in the other. I don't want to do more math than that.
Yep.
All right. Cool. So we'll just go for it then. That's exactly what I need.
Awesome. So you hit the driver, right?
Yep.
Because you've been gunning for that driver for a while.
Yeah, I've been going for him because if he's not driving, then the car can do whatever it wants, I guess.
Right. Okay, cool. So yeah, roll up your damage. 13.
That should hurt.
Kevlar's looking thin though.
I mean, yeah, I don't think that's a lot of damage, as the kids say nowadays.
Yeah. Okay, cool. He's at minuses now. Okay. Good stuff. So yeah, you put another round into this guy, and you see it like kind of jerk away, like it doesn't want to keep going, and then it kind of jerks back. as maybe the passenger like puts a hand on the wheel, like, nope, we're not leaving this. And good on ya. Oz, what are you up to, man?
Oz can't hit anything with a -8 at
Okay.
that range.
Okay.
So he's
Holding
going to
tight
keep.
is fair. I mean, like, that's fine.
Yeah, that's it. I think Oz is going to, make sure that all the hatches are battened down and just wait. If something gets stupid and gets close, he's definitely going to take a shot at it. But I mean, he'd have to get a crit to do that. So there's no point in throwing all of Vin's AP ammo.
Oh, going back to David, all those shots would have still hit with an extra -4. So
No worries.
because a 21, like a 21 is like would still hit, and that's the lowest thing I'd roll for this. So
Awesome. Okay.
So yes, Oz is just going to hold tight for now, but he's going to keep an eye out for anything that pops up.
Perfect. No, that makes sense. All right, so the passenger is going to shoot at Silas again. That is 16. Okay. Yep. So he misses. And after that guy, we're Ta and Vi hanging out, right? Okay.
Can I start scheming?
Oh, we lost.
Oh.
I mean, you can scheme whenever. What do you mean scheming?
Can I be scheming or roll some kind to figure out like how to stop Trauma Team from coming to us if anything happens to him?
I mean, like Trauma Team is pretty I don't know. I mean,
would that be included in like the networked stuff that Oz was looking through before, like the Trauma Team
that's a whole
receiver?
that's a whole separate
whole
thing.
other thing. Cool.
Yeah. Because like the little cards, breaking the card is one of the way to get them to go there, and then they have like a little biomonitor in you to see if you go into a coma, or if they lose connection with the biomonitor. Like either of those things summons Trauma Team.
Gotcha.
But you could do like, I mean, to Faraday, like that would work. Also, just getting out of their service range, right? Like you have Trauma Team, but you have to be within trauma. They're not going to fly out to the middle of the desert to get you.
Distance.
Yeah, exactly. Like you need to be kind of near the city. And frankly, y'all might be leaving that range right now.
Okay.
Right, because Trauma Team gives you, they give you a guarantee to be there within so many minutes, right? And it's like a cell phone tower, cell phone coverage area. It's like, as long as you go down in this area, we'll be there in 6 minutes, right, or less.
Cool.
And so yeah.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
It's tied to an agent. The Trauma Team card is tied to your agent.
Okay.
So if we ditch his agent, does he have an agent on him?
Sure. Yeah.
So
it's
I mean,
yeah,
it's in him, right?
Well, he's got his radio in him. You know that. And then sure, he'd have an agent.
I hold on to that then.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. However, once you want to work it in your world, I was just reading from the book. So.
Yeah, it's definitely like you keep whatever it is that's going to do the communication. You get it so that can't communicate, or you get it so that it's out of range, right?
Okay.
But in either way, that's what you need to do.
Got it. All right. So I'm just chilling.
Okay.
Bracing myself for whatever happens.
So back to the top, Vinton.
All right. There's nothing in front of me, right? I'm not seeing anything come up on the highway, right? They haven't figured that out.
Oh, you can't see the highway from here. You're seeing like this dirt road like does this joggy thing, so you don't have a clear shot at the highway from where you are. You're just racing to there, but you don't see the highway.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna keep going.
Yep.
As long as I don't see anything coming towards me. As soon as I see something come towards me, I'm gonna tell everybody to buckle up.
Right. Right. Yeah, of course. All right. So yeah, you're cruising right along here, and I'm gonna just advance this a little bit. Police car makes their way around this. They've faded further back. They're like probably 300 yards back now. Like you've gained an extra 50 yards after getting this guy seriously wounded and putting down all the spike strips. Like that guy's just been fading more and more behind you guys. And this AV is continuing to head that way. And they are becoming a smaller and smaller dot. I guess since y'all haven't shot at them in a while, they may fade north. But yeah. Okay, shooters, Silas.
Driver again.
Yeah.
We're gonna get him.
He's 300 yards away.
It doesn't make a difference till 400.
Okay, perfect.
But like 200 to 400 is one range band. No, that ain't gonna do it. Yep, no, that ain't gonna do it.
Okay. All right. So Oz, are you still sitting tight? It's like even harder for Oz to shoot something now.
Yeah, Oz is chilling at this point in time.
Right.
You know, he's fixing the sights on Benton's rifle. They're obviously off.
Oh.
That was my granddaddy's gun. There's nothing wrong with that gun.
Passenger shoots back at Silas again, misses again. He needs to roll pretty well to hit you at this point. And everyone else sits tight. Ta and Vi, any change?
Oz, you want to take the seat and buckle up?
I gotta stay here in case I gotta shoot something.
Odds, take the seat and buckle up.
There's no other seats. There's
it
two
not?
seats. There's two
Yeah,
seats
there's
back there.
back there.
Yeah, there's two seats.
Oh,
Oz
okay.
is-
I thought that was four seat.
No.
just go
This has like two of those like pull down bucket seats with little lap bands.
I gotcha. Okay. Oh shit.
So yeah,
All right.
Vi was offering her seat to Oz.
Yeah. All right. So back at the top, Vinton continuing on.
Yeah, if they're not getting closer right now, yeah, I'm gonna keep him.
Yeah.
I'm rolling.
Okay. You keep rolling. You notice
Can I
that
see the highway yet?
you're still hitting around this dog leg here, so you haven't
Okay.
quite gotten there yet. This car slows. You see the police car slow.
Interesting.
All right, shooter Silas. These guys are like right at they're not quite 400 yards away, but they've been slowing, and you've been gaining more and more ground on them.
Yeah, I'm gonna try one more shot. Silas is also gonna look over at Vinton real quick and say, "Vinton, we're gonna need to disappear this thing if we're gonna get away."
I'm figuring it out.
All right.
Hopefully they got the car fixed.
Yeah. All right, and we're gonna see. Okay, that one will hit.
This 17.
Driver.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Roll me your damage. See if you can kill this driver. Whoa, another 17.
So I forgot on the last two. We don't have to add it back, but it's 18 because I still have that +1.
Oh no, I'll give you another one. That's fine.
So I think the 13 was against the driver. I think the 17 was the flying car
Oh right. Okay.
earlier. So
That's right.
so,
That's
yeah.
right. Let me give you 18 on the flying car. It's easy enough to fix all these things.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me pull up my calculator again.
14 and 18, so that's what?
So
32. Yep. 32 for the last 2 rounds or whatever.
but he gets some armor.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, that car is no longer chasing you. All right, cool. So yeah, you lean out and pop him, and he is either dead or dying. Either way, he is not chasing you anymore. After that, Oz sitting tight. Shooter in that car. I'm just gonna move this marker up. He's gonna, as a move action, get out of the car. Which is something that we have debated a lot here at HSG. And he's gonna shoot. Oh, a 10. Oh.
Silas,
Who's
you
shooting?
Oh, a 9. All right, Silas.
God.
Silas,
Roll it up.
you take some damage.
Roll it up.
Oh my god. All right. Oh man. Okay. Well, that's respectable. 11, 13 damage to Silas.
Okay. Do I get anything from like a truck or anything, or no? I'm leaning out probably.
Yeah, you're leaning out to hit the driver, so he's shooting the bits of you that are
Doesn't-
exposed. From
It doesn't get through your armor.
It does because I only have a light armor check on.
right.
It's 11.
So 2 get
Nope.
through.
I thought it was
It doesn't layer anymore.
no.
Is one or the
I
other?
thought the light armor jacket. No, I thought the light armor.
Light armor's 11. The heavy is like
I thought it was
11.
11.
The head and his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
medium
fault.
is
Yep.
12.
That's right. I roll with a medium.
Yeah.
That's right.
So he does it. He does a bit, a tiny bit to Silas.
So ping.
After all that damage, after all those missed shots and like everything else, he finally does a little bit to Silas. All right, cool.
Silas doesn't feel it.
Right. Doesn't feel nothing. Everything feels great. Silas doesn't
He
even know
doesn't
he's getting hit. I want to say that you don't even know you got hit.
Probably not. No.
Okay. Love that. Love that.
Would Vinton see any sign of him getting hit?
No, dude, you're focused on like not getting this thing in a ditch.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Like that does have all my attention right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's fast forward just a little bit. These guys are not chasing you anymore, and you all get around this dog leg, and sure enough, there are police cars set up right here. There's like a little roadblock on the dirt road right before you get to the highway.
Cool.
I'm gonna give him like one more car. Oh, they're so big and ugly.
I'm gonna ask for the Need for Speed moment here. Is there a gap?
No, they want you stopped. they're nose to nose right on that dirt road with like another one parked like with his bumper against the back bumper, parking brake engaged, all that junk.
Cool.
And there are guys back here.
That's a problem.
Gonna go more off road than we are off road now.
Well, they're blocking anyway for worth. I got a question.
Yep.
Is he blocking the highway, or is that just what you're showing
They're blocking
Like,
the
is that-
they're blocking the dirt road to the highway.
to the highway?
Yeah.
So my question is, if I can get through this gap right here, like split them two, I got a shot to the highway.
Yeah, I mean if you can like if you hit those cars and the way the system works, right?
Okay.
You've got to strike the cars and do enough damage that their hit points that one of these cars their hit points goes to 0. And then if that's the case, you get to keep moving. If you don't, then you stop.
What is damage of a fully armored truck going at, I would say, a conservative 80 miles per hour?
I don't know. The way we're doing it here, based on the rules right now, is 66.
Ekros probably got close to 30 hit points. You'd have to.
I would have to
You'd have to do something to it on your way up. That's exactly right. So the way to do this, the way that the red rules are right now, just because you guys are nomads, you know how to deal with blockades and all that kind of stuff. The way to do this is to Swiss cheese one of the cars. And that's the car you hit. You don't like try and like dive the middle because you don't have the big scoop. You don't have the big scoop that
Right.
lets you just
I
keep
don't
keep
have a
going,
scoop.
right?
Yeah.
Since you don't have the scoop,
Man, I
you've
really-
got to just pick one and just cream the crap out of that. And I mean, shoot it, do whatever grenade it, whatever you got to do to get that car turned into rubble or close to rubble, so that by the time you're rolling up with that 66 damage, you can just push it out of the way.
Cool. I'm gonna look at Silas, and I'm gonna be like, get in and duck. I'm gonna tell everybody, and then I'm gonna have my window down, and I'm gonna have my submachine gun. I'm gonna go full automatic fire.
So
Two.
one last thing to consider is that ramming. Let's go and just check ramming real quick.
Right.
Both your vehicle and the pedestrian. Okay, so the damage is not going to transfer to the passengers in your vehicle. That was one of the things I was concerned about.
Cool.
The ram is going to transfer to your truck. Now, I'm going to say if the truck halts, that everybody in this truck is going to take damage. Because y'all have been going
Right.
at like 60, 70 miles an hour down a dirt road. If the truck stops, everybody's getting hurt. So you really need the truck to not stop to avoid everybody in this ride taking some amount of damage.
Okay, this might be metagaming. If it is, tell me to stop. But if I shoot and I notice I don't take enough damage, do I have enough time to stop, or am I at full commit at that point?
So I guess it depends on how far out you are when you start shooting. If you're going to shoot the same round you would hit the car, then you probably don't have enough time to stop. But if you shoot early,
How many rounds till we hit the car?
Yeah, I'm going to say like 3 rounds.
I was going to open fire
I'm
this
shooting
round.
for 2 of them.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm not moving until we're close.
Yeah, so this is like in heat, right? The car is driving towards, and there's like the roadblock of cops, and like everybody's going to start shooting at each other, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what this moment is.
Yep.
And so, you have.
How far are we?
Whatever 3 rounds of movement is, with you guys moving at 60 miles an hour. That's how far away you are.
That would be 100 yards, because I'm thinking of how I have to stop my truck. And
Okay.
it takes like 100 yards.
100
so
meters.
That's 100.
Yeah, 100 yards, 100 meters, same
like,
thing
Same
yeah.
difference.
in this game.
Can we get Oz braced like back here instead of
Yeah,
just
I
free
was
flowing?
gonna go up front and like.
You have 3 whole combat rounds. You can definitely move
Okay,
Oz
then
around.
the 3 of us in the back are figuring out every way we can to brace.
Right.
All right, let me open fire.
Well,
I'm aiming for.
so let's get let's go ahead and keep the same initiatives as before. I'm gonna get rid of these guys because they're dead or out of the game. Silas, Vinton, Oz. You are in front of Oz in initiative. And then let me get these new officers. All right. So they're gonna go between Ta and Oz. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, let's.
I just want the party to know the only reason why I didn't stop to go backwards is because David said there's stuff behind us as well.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
if you didn't say that, I would have.
You saw the dust. You saw the dust kicking up in the back. Yeah. Just for map awareness, this is SeaTac. This is not SeaTac. This is the airport for Sacramento.
Someone's been looking at a Seattle map lately.
Yeah, I have. Whoops.
I wonder why.
Yeah. So yeah, these 3 cars probably came from over there, and said, "Well, we can stop them. We'll get on this dirt road. No worries." So I can't zoom in any closer. I'm sorry. So yeah, 3 combat rounds. Let's kind of get through these. I'm really curious how this is gonna end. I've got Vinton and Silas going first. So yeah, round 1. Vinton, what are you doing?
Open fire on this car right here.
The one on the left?
Yep.
Okay.
Full. Sending all the hate.
All the hate from your SMG. Love it. All right, so so you're like to do that because you're gonna do full auto, right?
Yep.
So you're gonna use both hands on your gun to keep the gun in control while you do full auto. To not lose control of this truck, how are you handling that?
Because my thing was, it's
With
like,
the knees. With
yeah,
the
I'm like
knees.
with the knees.
Man, if I can eat a
I gotta-
cheeseburger and a Frosty while driving at 75 miles per hour on the interstate, I think you can handle the SMG.
I'm just saying that, like, you are trying to not ditch yourself off of a dirt road and fire. Like, this is not, can I wrangle a bunch of food
The
while
only
going down a
reason
smooth
why
Kind
I'm
of
a
the
little
same
down a
same
smooth
concept.
highway. No, this is different.
Same concept.
This is different.
the only reason, this is my thing. The only reason why my argument is that I'm going off of my body at 10,
Okay.
and I think I can one hand auto fire. I think it's only heavy weapons that you have to have both hands, but if it's wrong,
Okay.
it's wrong.
No. I think you're right. I think if you have enough body, you can one hand auto fire a gun.
Right.
So there in the vehicle combat rules, it's like, hey, if you're driving, you're 100% focused on driving. You can't do anything else. Right?
Right.
And I don't want to do you that way, even though like rules as written, you shouldn't be allowed to do this. So I'm gonna give you like, I don't know, -3 on your full auto roll.
-3.
Sure.
Okay.
Just
How does the
something.
full auto roll work? Is like, are you rolling to hit, or do you just roll for bullets?
Right. Yeah, you're kind of rolling for bullets.
Okay.
So let's see here. Let me just pull up that business.
Literally right next to that in the book right now.
Oh, really? What page?
49 looks like.
By PDF
Or
standards?
156.
156 by PDF. Thank
At
you.
least from Google Drive PDF.
Yep. Thank you. Okay. So auto fire. You're gonna be spending at least 10 bullets. Go ahead and. You're shooting at the car itself, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Wait. So you have to roll a 30 to hit at 100 meters.
Really?
At 100
yeah,
meters.
with an
Yeah.
SMG for auto fire, it's a 30.
Yeah.
Oh, what a
Like,
waste.
do you wanna?
Well.
Oh, dude.
Like,
yeah, you know, and like there's dust getting kicked up, and like the officers behind this car are like, holy shit, let's get behind this car. Oh my god, he's shooting at us. Okay, that's Vinton.
yeah, I'm actually in a pretty good spot to shoot.
A potentially stupid question.
Yes.
When we dropped when we basically killed the first car, you said that the other car drove off road and went around it, right?
Yes.
So can we just go off road and not? I mean, the problem is in normal circumstances, if you try to go take an armored truck, 4-wheel driving, you would just basically say, I'm going to leave all the tires behind because they're just gone.
Right.
It doesn't happen.
Right.
But these are vehicles made for driving in these roads and whatnot. I don't know, but I mean, Benton would know if this was something that was feasible and possible. I mean, is it even possible?
Oh, it can be. Our problem is that we're kind of boxed. That's a river. Like, I'm not even going to try to argue with David on that. And we would have to forge that river to get back to the highway. I could go this way. That doesn't solve our problem getting back over here.
Right. Well, I mean,
You
but
know?
in that blown up image, each of those cars is like 300 feet long by scale. In fact, I mean,
Right.
it just to drive around the cars.
So your biggest risk when you get off of the packed gravel is just getting stuck in the dirt.
Yeah.
Right? You're in a big, heavy box truck that is like extra armored and all that kind of stuff. And like you certainly can make that attempt. But there's a pretty there's some kind of sense of odds of like you get the truck off the road and then the truck just gets stuck in the dirt. But it's by all means attemptable, right? Like you
Is
can
it an
totally go
option
for
to
it.
just drive the fuck away from Sacramento until they stop caring?
I mean,
There is a distance we can get to where they just will not continue.
wait, I have a question. When
And we'll be way the hell out of trauma team range, so we can just ice the guy there
Where-
and bring him back.
where's the railroad tunnel?
Way back, like down here, like way south.
Darn. Okay.
Because this is all north of Sacramento. Night City and all that stuff is way south of Sacramento.
Right.
Okay, so combat round. Combat round. Fuck. Silas, what do you do?
I'm gonna shoot that same car.
Okay.
And we got 100 meters.
Yeah, you're 100 meters out.
That's a 15 to hit. For a hot minute, I still get my +3. No dust though, right? Because they're in front
Right,
of
no
us.
dust. You are moving at speed, so it's I guess a -4.
Okay, so I'm back at what I was shooting at before. All right, we're just gonna hit the car. 21.
21. All right, this is good. All right, you hit the car. Police car number 1.
Crits, baby.
18 damage. All right, cool. Yeah, you're putting hate into that body. You see like bunch of sparks. This is one shot, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you slam that round into the body of the car. You see something pop, right? The car shifts with all that damage. And then Ta, Oz, Vi in the back. Any of y'all three want to change your position or do anything different?
Oz is gonna like go and like press himself against the like wall in the front because he's gonna get thrown that direction anyway. Might as well get there. He's probably gonna like down, put his back to that wall.
Yeah, just I hope that this doesn't slip a disc.
Yeah, exactly. It's like wedge him,
A roll
find
of duct tape.
wedge himself into.
Yep.
Yeah, Vi is just gonna be like, brace your heads, like,
Oh yeah, do the airplane crash position.
Yeah.
protect your head.
Love it.
Head between my knees, kiss me goodbye.
All right, second combat
Pretty
round. Vinton, you are now halfway closer to this thing.
60 something meters.
Let's call it let's put you in the 26 to 50 meter band, right? So that's a 25 to hit on auto fire.
Full.
Do we have to do
All right.
that?
You don't have to do auto fire.
No,
Can I shoot
I'll
before
realize.
we get that far?
Oh,
Because that severely fucks my situation if we're closer than 50 meters.
I hear you.
And I'd like to get another shot.
Another like decent shot in. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah.
So let's see here. If it's 100 meters and we're gonna take 3 rounds to get there, so we just went 33 meters, right, off of 100. So yeah, we're in the 66 range right now, which would still put you at a 30 to hit with auto fire. Sounds like you're not gonna do auto fire. Is that right?
No, I'm gonna switch over down to like handgun. So whatever. Would 3-round burst still be in handgun? So 3 shots, or is that now?
That's a
shot?
30 to hit.
Yeah, it's still a
With
30.
handgun
That's
at that
still a
range
30
too.
to hit.
Yeah.
Oh no! You still have your SMG in your hand.
Right.
Oh yeah, so that'd be a
But-
25.
Yeah, this is a 25 to hit.
Okay. I'll take a shot, hoping that I can hit it.
Yep. And you're spending your 13th bullet now in that mag, right?
Let me look. Let me make sure. Make sure.
Because you spent 10 on the full auto, and now you're doing another 3. I'm just counting. I'm just counting your bullets. Whenever somebody says they full auto, it's like, cool. There goes like a bunch of the mag. let's see
Yeah.
how-
No. I'm still good.
All right, cool.
I looked
how
at
much
that and
does that one hold? Because is he going to be able to full auto for the last round if he fires?
Right. That's the trick. That's the question.
Because you have to
am I
have 10
still at
left.
-3. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would still have 10 rounds if I have to full auto again.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't even reached half mag capacity.
Okay.
Those things have 40 rounds. Am I still at -3?
Does not have 40 rounds, my friend. SMG
What
has
does it have?
30 rounds.
30 rounds. My fault.
But you'll have
Still got
enough.
10
You'll
though.
have enough bullets. You'll have enough bullets. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll have
just-
enough bullets.
Yeah. But you won't.
Fix it now.
You won't have enough bullets if this car stops and you have to kill all these guys. All right. So let's do it. Roll your jump. Let's see if you get this guy or this car.
All right. Is it
It's a
this
25,
handgun?
25 to hit. It's a 25 to hit with your SMG at the 51 to 100 meter band.
Is that -3? -3 at this?
Because you're
David's
driving and
signaling
shooting.
is gonna be in my nightmares.
Guess what? We're gonna just go ahead and we're gonna throw a couple luck at this.
Oh, there you go. Let's make this happen.
'Cause
Spend them points.
You still need to hit a 10.
I'm gonna. You know what? All 5 of my luck points here. This is
well.
a do or die moment for Vinton. This is do or die because if I don't make this hit, we're in trouble. So that's a +2.
If you don't get the car, it is that.
Do it.
All right.
Do it. No, you gotta
Do it.
leave.
No,
You gotta.
let's
You gotta.
go.
You
I'm
gotta.
listening
You
to
got a
my
truck
team.
full of people with luck ready to go.
Oh, I don't give you a lot of luck to
I'm
do
gonna spend 3. I'm gonna spend 3 to clear my negative modifier.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
Let's do this. Die. Handgun. Please. Fuck 'em.
I think that. Yeah. All right. So those bullets all over the like ground and everything like that. Silas.
Oh, was I still auto? Wait, am I still auto fire? You still
you
making me
did
auto
the 3
fire?
round burst. The 3 round burst, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So pap 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 pap. You know those 3 bullets pap 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 against the ground, right? All right, Silas, do your worst.
I'm gonna need you to. I'm gonna need you to lay this thing out.
All
I'm
right,
gonna need some
do some
crits.
damage, baby.
That's
Oh!
23 with the 2
That's
shots.
what I'm
Why?
talking
Why
about.
sex?
Oh my god! All right, cool. I love adding numbers. That's this. You know what?
Oh, 24. Sorry, 24.
20. That's right, because you got the
19
extra
and
damage.
24.
Yep.
Yeah.
23 plus the 18 you've already done. 41. This car is not looking good. All right, cool. So
43, because the 2 that I forgot to add. Because 41 is 13 plus 18. It should be 14 and 19.
Is there
Okay.
a crit? Are we critting? Like, is there a?
no, there's not a crit in all of that. Unfortunately, there's not a 2 6s in there. I don't think.
There
right?
is.
There is.
Yeah.
There are 2 6s.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
6 5 5 1 6.
Oh, I'm not. See, for whatever reason, whenever I hover over it, it's not telling me like what you rolled. Oh no, I'm seeing 6 5 5 1. Okay, hey, awesome, very cool. All right, yeah, roll 2d6, and let's we're gonna look at
That's
the
on.
human crit chart
6.
and do something with that, something terrible.
To the buddy.
Critical. Yeah, what's a 6 do on the crit?
Broken arm.
Broken arm. Okay, I'm gonna say that like your round goes through and like breaks one of the steering shafts or something like that inside the car, so like it really just can't turn right anymore, or at least one of the wheels no longer turns. It's just sitting there like all floppy.
Floppy's good if we're trying to push it.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right, so now you guys are close enough that these dudes think they can shoot at you. So these dudes are all going to start shooting at y'all.
Silas.
So, you guys are at the 50 to whatever band. Where is the auto fire?
25
Man,
for
this is
assault
a nightmare
rifles.
scenario for Vinton. Oh, there's a lot of PTSD coming back for Vinton right now.
It's 25 for assault rifles at 51 to 100. Or if they have SMGs, it's 30.
Yeah. I just need to get to the stupid page. There it is. Range, target in meters. There we go. DVs at various ranges. Okay, cool. So that is a hit on Vinton. Vinton, this is going to go through your armored glass first. But Vinton takes 14, 18, 20 damage as an assault rifle, a single assault rifle round shoots Vinton.
Is the glass 15?
Yeah, it's 15. Next one misses. Third one misses. Ooh, fourth one hits Silas. 10, 15, 17 to Silas.
Do I get any glass or anything?
I think the first round busts out the glass on Vinton's side, and let's say there's a seam going down the middle, so the second round hits your glass and busts that. So 15 of this is gone from the glass, and
so just 2 left. Okay.
Yeah, the glass like shatters all around you, right?
Yep.
And then the last guy way over here on the right.
Does your armor protect you from the rest of it?
Yeah.
Ethan?
Yeah.
I got 10 left on body, so.
Oh, okay. This last guy is shooting the SMG at your vehicle, trying to vehicle kill you. He's gonna do. Where's that? I'm missing the numbers. Okay, cool. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right. Ooh, okay. So your armored car takes some more damage. Okay. All right, last round. Y'all are barreling down towards these guys, and this is your last round to shoot them all. You are 30-something yards / meters away.
Is that good enough for me to even attempt to take another shot?
Yeah.
Where we at?
An SMG at 30 yards is a 25 to hit with the if you're going to do an auto fire. If you don't do an auto fire, your SMG is at a 20 to hit.
I'm gonna do handgun. 3-round burst.
3-round burst, 20 to hit. Okay.
Oh, you son of a! Roll 20.
Roll
You
20 is
SOB.
hating you today. Yeah, those
Man.
those rounds go wide. You're 3 more out of that mag. All right, Silas.
That is 8 left.
Yeah, Silas is gonna look over at Vent and he says, if this truck stops, you get it moving again. And just kind of gives him an eye. And then he's gonna pull out his handgun.
Okay.
Which that's like a 25 to hit. But it's better. I think it is gonna come out. It might come out better than the sniper. No, okay, no, it'd be better with the sniper. I'll keep this.
All right, there you go.
Do one more shot, but it's a 20 to hit now.
Yeah.
As
you're like just putting big holes in this one cop car, turning it into Swiss cheese.
We'll see if I can't put the last one in there. No, 19.
Fuck. Yeah, it would be a superficial hit. I'm not even say that you hit the car, but not in a way that matters, right? Like it glances off the roof or something like that of the car. Okay, these cops are going to get their shots starting left to right. First one hits Vinton. Or that was a 5 originally, not a 6. Okay, so 24 damage to Vinton.
Okay.
Next one, Vinton as well, with an SMG. Boo, 3 damage.
Yay, 3 damage.
Yay, 3 damage.
Sad. It's kind of sad. A little bit.
All right, this guy shooting with his assault rifle misses. This guy shooting with his assault rifle fucking misses. This guy shooting with his SMG, trying to kill your car. Oh. Okay, cool. He hits. And he's doing full auto now that you're closer. And let's see here. If you hit, roll 2d. Okay, so your car takes 3 more damage. Or sorry, not 3 more, 9 more damage. So okay, cool.
What's our car at?
Yeah, right. What is your car at? Y'all have been shot a fair bit.
Like 70 though, so I don't.
Yeah, you started with 70, and you've been shot a handful of times. You're probably gonna be fine.
Shut up, David.
Shut
up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I sent one last comment, be like, buckle up, buttercups.
Yep. All right. So yeah, y'all all brace for impact. You rammed the shit out of this car right here, right? That was your target this whole time, is the one on the left.
Yep.
Roll 66 damage, and that's going to be applied to your car and their car, and we're going to see if their car is reduced to 0 hit points.
Do not. Is it slash roll?
Yes.
Yep.
Stop. Oh, ignore that.
Okay. I was like, 4 is not going to do it. 4 is not going to do it.
You said 66?
Possible. How did you do that?
How did you get 4 off of 66? Holy smokes.
That's not great.
Holy smokes. All right, so
I mean, it's the
About
top
average,
half.
right?
so
It's the top half.
20 damage goes to your truck. Okay. Your truck's still moving. It's still alive. And their
Why be gone, man?
their car is toast. Completely destroyed. As you ram into that thing, it flies back, hits these 2 pedestrians who also take 20 damage. As the
Bye.
car moves out of the way, and you guys scooch right on by. Still going at speed, so you like pass them. There's highway in front of you, left and right, and there's dirt road going on. What do you want to do?
I say we go left and get the fuck out of here.
Let's highway and go. Floor it.
Yeah, I'm ripping it to the highway, man. I'm like, y'all
Are you
wanna keep
going?
let's-
Are you going to go west away from Sacramento or east back towards Sacramento?
I'm gonna go west of Sacramento.
All right, give me a drive check as you've got to like brake, turn, not roll your truck.
Oh,
Because you hit that car going fast. And I just
call
got to
all
make
of my
sure
trucking-
you don't roll this top-heavy
okay.
armored truck.
I call on my God, smile upon. How much luck left? I only do right.
That's what I'm saying.
This. Actions. Yeah, I got 3 left. We're gonna go ahead and dump 3 more into that. I'm gonna knock all this out. So,
I'm
me
out of
make sure I have-
I'm out of cookies, so I can't like eat my feelings anymore, and I'm sad.
I need to go get more of my nervous ice chewing.
roll 20. Fuck me right here. I am going to use my mom.
Oh, look at that roll! Oh my god!
Thank God.
Yeah, thank you.
So what is that? 25. I'm a Tokyo drift out of here, man. We're gone.
Yeah, so you all were braced for that front impact, right? Everybody in the back of this car has been braced in this front impact, and y'all hit that car, and you had your heads ducked and all that kind of stuff. You're good to go there, and then all of a sudden you're all like slammed into the side as this truck brakes, turns, slides, and gets onto like pavement and rockets up this on-ramp onto Highway 5. As you all as a group, oh, I didn't mean to grab that many tokens. You all as a group beat feet out of there. Get that out of the way. And I didn't mean to throw you all from the truck. You were not thrown from the truck, I promise. As you all get the F out of town. Okay, yeah, y'all drive away. This AV was way out of position to do anything about it. And like, I think they would get in the police cars and chase y'all, but if you keep going at speed as fast as you can, at some point they're just going to give up the chase. Because getting too far into the wasteland, chasing nomads, is not what Smud wants to do. Right? I mean, there is a point at which they're like, we're kind of getting out of our country. And we're starting to get into their country. Right? And so y'all race down this highway. You pass like an encampment or two of other nomad families or tribes that are living out here. But as you kind of take stock, these big farms that are out here, you can see these huge like combines and processing vehicles that are like rolling through the fields doing their thing, and they all have, like, in their cabs where a person would sit, you can tell that they've been loaded up with tech, and there's like extra things attached to them. They all look like these nodules of other controllers and all that kind of stuff. And so out here in the farmland, it's this like alien world of behemoths that feed and nurse this land as y'all escape Sacramento. And you're in farm country. I think we should call it here.
Cool.
With y'all getting away from Sacramento, heading into farm country. Right? I don't think I've got anything else for y'all tonight, because these guys are going to give up the chase. They would chase you, but there's a point at which you get outside of where they feel safe, and they're going to stop chasing you.
I mean, make the delivery done with this. I can go over 30. Like,
is it
I want
possible
to.
for us to?
Yeah, like if we gotta wait we'd probably wait a while before we tried to go make that delivery with Big Iron. But if there's, unless you've got some other like wrench to throw in this, if we could get that done.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm going to say probably the simplest thing to do. You already have the beast on the way, right? Get the beast to just meet you someplace, because the beast is not a marked car, right?
I would have them. I would call where we would stop and have them come meet us there.
So a
and then torch
number
this truck.
a number of hours and miles later, right? ... Some hours later, y'all are parked under some old derelict gas station under the roof of the gas pump thing. So like if there's an AV looking around, it'll just see some gas station. And you're parked under there, or maybe you're parked under a bridge, like the underpass over highway kind of thing, just in case this stupid AV comes looking for y'all. And like certainly like flying vehicles are your biggest threat, right? Because there's the airport right here. There's all the AVs that were around Sacramento. Like those are the things you're worried about spotting you. So y'all go and find some place under an overpass, and you kind of hang out there. A couple hours later, the beast comes rolling up, and you all get out of this truck, load him into the trunk of the beast, I think.
Yep. He gets no comfort.
There's 5 of you and a driver that brought the beast here. The driver's probably going to swap to the truck and go do something with the truck, right? It can't drive past Sacramento. So it's going to take some long-ass way around, or hawk it to one of the... Actually, let's stop there. What do we want to do with this armored truck? Because you could...
Honestly...
Sorry, a second.
Yeah, I would tell them to burn it. Bring extra fuel or torching this sucker. It's too hot for the family. Unless anybody else has one there.
If I had time, I would completely clean down this truck.
You have time.
Of blood and whatever. So
yeah, you have time. I mean, like getting rid of DNA is frankly like bleach just spraying bleach on everything, and that breaks it all down. So there's no way for them to like check. They can see that it's blood, but there's not much they can do about it.
Unless you want to give it a shot, Vi, to try to sell it off to somebody out here, I say we torch it. That would be Vin.
Burn it to the ground. There's no question.
Cool.
No, we're done with this.
Those bleach
Yeah.
fumes. They'll
Can I
help.
take the guy's arm? Can I be playing with his arm this whole time?
Totally. Yeah, you want the guy's arm? You can have it.
Yeah.
Okay. You have his arm.
Yes.
I mean, at
High
this
five
point, we
myself
could
with
This
his
probably,
is Nesbit.
at this point, we
Yeah,
could probably
whatever.
have the family send more than just the beast to where we meet back, because we definitely don't want to take Benton and Todd back to Big Iron when we do this drop off.
Right.
We can just get out early.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was gonna be Sniper Overwatch again. Because the
I'll
dude
be
tries to
messing with his
feed,
arm.
I'm just gonna. Yeah.
He wakes up
Okay.
and just starts running, armless, up a hill.
Oh yeah, no.
Well,
He,
as
if
long
he
as-
What am
starts
I
taking
there
off,
for? If we need you to snipe, I want to be right next to the guy.
Yeah.
just because you're next to him doesn't mean Vin's not gonna take a shot at him. He's only behaving because Vi's asking.
So either way, y'all roll up with Beast, the guys in the car. This whole crew is there too, right? Maybe not pulling all the way up to Big Iron Gang, but you're getting into the neighborhood, right? So let me pull this onto that map. Does that work for you all?
Yes.
Yep.
While we're waiting and they're cleaning out the blood, before I had copied those documents down from his head,
Yep.
I am now going to burn them out of his head.
Okay.
I'm not going to leave any info back there. I mean, I don't know what they might have, so I want to make sure that they don't. This is our information, not Big Iron's, is my thought.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. Stuff. All right. So, Violet, Vinton, big ol' Vinton, again. Getting everybody on this map here. And oh god, I didn't mean to open that one up. I just wanted to select all, unselect, deselect. There we go. It's gonna pull like 50 characters over. Crazy. It's gonna pull like all of the West Marches characters onto the map. That was gonna be stupid. So I'm getting all of our characters out here real quick. You guys show up to the handoff, back up to Big Iron Gang's place. Just to remind everybody, you've got this like dirt road that's really not like a four-wheeler could do it, a dirt bike can do it, but a car can't. The Beast could probably do it, right? It's gonna like scratch up its paint a lot going through some of these tighter areas, but the Beast could handle that if you wanted to. But either way, you're all up over here near the highway. This is Highway 80, right here in this top corner. And there's like this is all down into a valley. There's this valley right here, this spillway, and then it goes a steep hill up before you get. This is all steepness up to this train tunnel, and then the big under mountain area where the Big Iron Gang hangs out, and all these black lines. These are all the railway lines under the mountain. So talk to me about how y'all want to be set up. Who all's going in, kind of thing.
Me and Silas for sure. Potentially Oz.
Not
Oz will drive, but stay in the car for the most part.
Yeah.
That way we can get out and talk. I mean, there's no way they recognize him from the screw up when Grandma got shot because he had a helmet on. But
Who, Oz? No, your threat now for people recognizing Oz is that his picture's all over Sacramento.
right. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing with this crew.
Probably not. Yeah, they're. I mean, they'd probably kind of think it was cool that you had a bounty on your head.
But he's going to stay in the. I mean, the threat with this crew is that they would recognize, but he wore a motorcycle helmet with that whole time, so they couldn't possibly. So he's gonna just stay in the car as the driver, let them do the talking.
Okay. Okay, so
No, I'm
Oz.
back up in the mountain.
Okay.
I'm with Vin again.
Okay, so Oz,
And
you're by the car, or in the car even, by the highway. Vinton and Ta, the two of you are in a little sniper cubby. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that to you. You're in a little sniper cubby on this hill next to each other, keeping eyes on these tunnels. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Any other comments?
Fine. Silas or hauling this guy in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I figured that we would just drive up.
Okay. Yeah, let's just drive up and talk to the guard and say we're here to see Gran, or what was the other guy's name? The other
Helios.
Say
leader.
Gran.
Let's say
Just
Gran.
for ethics purposes.
Yeah, so we'll say that we're here to see Gran.
Personal ethics.
All right. So okay,
Oh,
fair
fuck
enough.
the
So
lieutenants.
you guys drop Vinton and Ta off, and then take the beast down the hill, up the ravine, and up this like little dirt path situation, right?
Yes, I have a question before. Since we were driving back into town, we would have had time to like scan the radio and or other things to see what the news was, if there was any.
Yeah. What would the news? As you were driving away, did you send anything else to Jim Davies?
No, we were in combat, so
Okay. Cool. Then the news says that what would they say? They would say that that a member of the SMUD government has been abducted, and that there is a big reward out for information leading to information about this. Recover them, and all that good stuff. That's all being blasted in this area. There is a top-down photo of your armored truck saying this truck is of interest. If anybody sees the truck, let us know, kind of thing. And what else? I think that's what they'd be saying right now. Yeah.
after this drop off I will contact Jim Davies, but not until after that.
Cool. So Oz, I'm gonna put you in the car. Oop, misdrop kicking on you. Okay, cool. So all three of you head up, and as you're like taking the what is the name of our car again? The Beast. Yeah. As you're taking the Beast kind of up this dirt road, the two guards that are out here. I love these two guards. Let me pull them up again. As you're taking this car up, these two guards kind of put their hands out like whoa, 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 right as you're getting close to that bridge. Get one of them kind of smaller. Here we go. So he kind of steps out here to stop you guys before you get all the way up onto the thing. He's got another buddy back over here by the hook, or by the crossroads there. Once he sees y'all, he's like, he kind of sort of looks like he maybe recognizes you, but is questioning himself. Once y'all are pulling up. Oz, do you stop the car or do you keep driving?
Oh no, Oz pulls to a stop, but kind of angles it so that whoever's in the passenger seat can do the talking,
Okay.
as opposed to driving.
Sure. Yeah, and also gives you the most cover. I like that. So
Silas
who's
was
in?
waving his hat out the window as they're driving up.
Okay, cool. This guy comes walking up to the passenger side. Who's in the passenger seat? Is that Silas?
I think it's Silas.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Put
Is
Vi in the back.
Vi, you're in the back with the guy.
But
He's in the trunk.
Okay.
is there a trunk?
I mean, there would be some kind of storage, right?
Yeah, then yeah, he's there and I'm in the backseat.
Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, let's pull up Sayforth as well. Where's my Sayforth guy? Is he all the way at the top? I bet he's all the way at the top. Sayforth in the back. So this guy walks up to you and says, "Hey, who are you with?"
Midnight Runners, special delivery.
Oh, that what all that dust up was earlier? You guys working? You got what we asked?
Got you a fellow with no arms left.
Whew. All right, let me radio that. He like shouts out to his buddies like, "They're here with Sayforth. Let's get him in." And he radios and they're just like, "All right, come on this way." And he like ushers you all to drive up to the garage. And Helios comes out. Let me grab the Helios marker. Where's Helios? He's all the way down here. There we go. Bam. Helios comes out. And kind of walks up. And, remember, Helios is this huge guy, right? Big shoulders, all that. And he comes walking up to the car. He says, "Silas, good to see you again. Dr. Violet, good to see you too.
Hello.
I hear y'all have a little special somebody here for us. Is that right?"
Yeah, Silas just gave him a thumb towards the trunk.
Oh. Okay. Do you mind?
Good.
He looks over to Oz. Do you mind popping that?
Yeah, Oz will hit the trunk.
Okay. He starts making his way around the back.
I get out.
Okay.
Because I don't want this guy to just pop this other guy.
Okay.
I don't want Helios just to pop Sayforth.
To like just kill him.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you get out of the car and he goes, "Don't worry about it. I got it."
I follow.
Okay. You come around. And he pops open the trunk. And he doesn't have like a gun in his hand or anything like that,
I don't know.
He looks at him and go, "No arms, really?"
You didn't ask for him to have arms?
One of them was a toll.
Well, I know I didn't ask for him to have arms. I don't really care about him having arms, but I didn't expect you to dismember him. Man, y'all are weird.
Oz would poke his head out the window and say, "He's Skaven. We had to take his arms off before he killed us."
He's Skaven? He kind of looks at Vi like, "What?"
He's Skaven. He's been playing Smud against you guys for a while now. We're working on a solution to that. But yeah, that's why you guys been screwed over.
How do you know he's Skaven? He's just an armless dude.
How about you don't ask me questions, Helios, and you just be happy that we brought the package?
Yeah, but if he's Skaven, that changes a lot of things.
Our job was to bring him to you so that we could comfortably move our steel back through the city. I think right now it's time for us to talk to Gran.
Well, Gran's sleeping, and you're being weird. So is he not Skaven, or he is Skaven, and you aren't going to tell me how you know he's Skaven?
He's Skaven, and I'm not going to give you the rest of the information just yet.
Okay. All right. He reaches in and picks him up.
I just watch. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, he picks him up like I don't know. He grabs him by the legs, gets his hip, gets his hand under him, and just kind of bodily picks this guy up and throws him over his shoulder, and starts walking inside.
Oz has a thought about something and says, "Hey, you got a decent net runner?"
We have a couple of techs that can do stuff like that. What's up?
All right, we had to turn his hearing and arms off so that we could keep him under control. But just letting you know,
Well,
he's not going to hear anything if you say something to him.
okay. I don't think that'll matter.
What's going? I'm a subcom because I can probably see with my rifle and be like, "What's going on, Vi?"
So he starts walking towards the garage with Sayforth over his shoulder.
Silas, come with me. We're following because there hasn't been an answer about my payload, so
Sure. Yeah, he gets to the door, and the little like person door opens up, and there's like the little one of the other nomads is there. And he's carrying Sayforth in like over his shoulder, and he kind of turns and sees you two following, and kind of pauses and says, "Well, thanks for bringing Sayforth here. We're gonna have to look into this whole Scavin thing." And the guy next to him is like, "Scavin?" He's like, "Yeah, she says he's Scavin." And the guy says, "Scavin? Shit you say." "Yeah, I don't know. We have to figure that one out." But yeah, we're getting ready to move. I think we can probably move in a couple of days.
everything back through the city
If we're allowed to.
with our convoy, you would be able to.
You say so. Sure thing. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go the long way.
We'll make plans. We'll be in contact with Gran, you.
Probably best go through me.
Okay.
All right. Thanks again. He kind of like hefts the body a little bit. He kind of looks at you as like, "Are we done here, or?"
I just glance over to Silas just to make sure Silas thinks we're done here.
And shrugs.
We'll be in contact.
All right. See y'all in a few days.
All right.
And he goes inside the dark door, and the door shuts.
Guys, I need to know what's up.
We're fine.
Bye.
Ian.
All right, I just be like, I'm getting antsy. I was like, I'm about ready to come down there and have a conversation. I saw how everything went. I don't like that.
The only other thing I'd like to do on our way back is start up a conversation with Jim Davies.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, y'all get back to the car. Oz, you get the car turned around, right? I assume,
Yep.
and head back.
Oz, did you drop that information to us that you got out of his head?
I mean, Oz still has it.
So no.
I
Do
I
you
mean,
even
he can
do
give
y'all
it.
even know that information exists? Is what I want to know.
I guess I need to know what Oz told us.
I mean, if you ask questions, then on the way back to go pick up Tweedledee and Tweedledum, he'll explain everything that he got.
Oh yeah, she's been peppering you with questions about it since
Y'all are so
we
cagey.
got the
Do you
other
tell
car.
them or not?
Yeah, he
Okay.
told her whatever. He just wasn't going to do it in the middle of a firefight. Was the whole.
Fine.
Y'all have had
So
hours.
like after he probably told her everything. He just
Okay.
wasn't going to say anything. Like he's not like, oh, I got this, this, and this while he's being shot at. That was the whole.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Then y'all know about the info and all that good stuff.
Okay. So yeah, I will contact Jim Davies again.
Okay.
Find out if he's in a place to talk. If we could set up at least a phone call meet.
He texted back. He said, there are people tossing my office right now. They think I was involved. I'm in a safe house right now.
Okay. Sounds like your man was kidnapped by Scavin. Seems like he didn't want to go back to being with them. He was comfortable at Smud, and they didn't take kindly to that.
Okay. So they think I had something to do with this because he and I were in a big dust up right then, and the people who kidnapped him had knowledge of the city, and so they think it was an inside job. I'm really not sure what my next move is. You're saying that he was captured by Scavin?
Sounds like it.
Okay. Do you have anything from Scavin I can use to take some of the heat off of me?
I can, but it's going to take me a little bit to get it to you.
Okay. When you say a little bit, what does that mean?
Half a day.
Okay, I'm safe for half day. Sure.
Okay. Basically, my thought is, Dave, that we will parse out that information we got out of his head in a very pointed way to tell a story.
Sure.
Anything that's fucking the city over or making Gavin better, and then the stuff where he's like, "Fuck that, I'm not going back."
Right.
Is definitely like the way I want to swing this story.
Sure.
So I don't know who all of us need to like be involved in making that happen.
I think the biggest thing would be probably a forgery, because his records and documents are more inclusive of that, and you're going to be doing a lot of editing, and you don't want it to make it look super edited.
Correct.
Right? So there's probably going to be a fair bit of like, here's the stuff we need them to see, and then we're forging all the stuff in between so that it makes sense, and that they don't think there's more information here than there really is. So whoever can help you forge all that stuff, I think that would be the safest or the most direct approach to doctoring all this info.
I believe, Ta, you have the best in that, right? So I mean, I'd go over this plan with everyone. So however we want to throw in. But if Ta has the highest in forgery, that's probably the best way to go.
Let's get the crew together. Nice. Okay, cool. So yeah, y'all spend a few hours editing emails and doctoring financial records and all that kind of stuff to kind of keep it focused on the story you're trying to tell. It's nice because you have a lot of truth in here. It's just a matter of like not making it obvious that there's more information that you're just not sharing. And with a 20 on a forgery, yeah, you get this thing pretty well doctored up in that, 4 to 6 hour period, wherever that amount of time was, after y'all got back to Roy's.
Okay, and then that information I would send over to him.
Okay, cool. Let's see here. Jim Davies would thank you for that information. And so what do you ask? He would ask for he would say, I need this to he'd ask, do you have any way for me to make this look like it came from like a Scavin intel source or from one of their people?
I'll pose that to the group because I'm not sure what I could do.
I mean, other than another forgery, I don't know. Unless there's something Oz could do for that, I don't know.
So this is something that maybe Ta you would have because you had some time looking at the way they handle their tech, you would probably know a handful of markers or something like that that he could put on like a data chip that made it look like it came out of a Scavin, tech shop instead of out of a SMUD tech shop. So he's like, he's effectively like, how do I dress this up to make it look like it came from a Scavin data source instead of like my personal hard drive or wherever, his agent kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've taught you that, and I think in Vi's head, because I think she did this previously, is she's gonna create a scream sheet with like fascinating journalism that is, just a story that she'll send into the local news.
Okay.
Anonymously or like with a pseudonym.
Sure.
About these findings and
Gotcha. To try and like publicize the fact that this guy is
Scavin.
Scavin and all that kind of stuff.
Are
Okay.
the local gangs breaking into our government?
Yeah.
And it's tough because you're not a media, but yeah, you definitely know how to like start that process, and can put
contact Jacobs on the ground and have him, my local news anchor, and get a scream sheet out there.
There it is.
Do I need to do a roll for that thing, or is it under my forgery? Or
no, I don't think so. I think that I just wanted to kind of circle up that like he needed some way of making it a Scavin source instead of y'all, right?
Okay.
And so you're able to hand over some markers and that kind of thing, and it's kind of up to him to forge that because it's going to be his data chip, and he's going to have to doctor it up to make it look like it's a Scavin data chip.
But we just give him that info. Okay.
Yep. So he has the info, and what he was thinking is like, okay, I've got this info. How do I say, look what I've got, without them like taking him to a dark room, right?
Right.
So that's not what he wants out of this. He wants to be like, look what I found, this Scavin data chip, and something to kind of take some of the heat off of him, or somehow get it to them, right? So you've given him a critical piece of
it wouldn't
information.
necessarily be him just walking in and be like, hey, I got this data chip.
Right, yeah, but now that he knows how to like make it look like a Scavin data chip, he can like get somebody to put it in that guy's house or at his desk or somewhere that they find it, right? And that's what he needs, is for it to not be on him, but somewhere else, so that the investigators will just find it, kind of thing. Cool. So yeah, y'all go home, get all this stuff done. Anything else tonight?
Just making sure that Silas is comfortable.
Yep. Start healing Silas.
Wounds are taken
care of. This is like, no, I'm not comfortable.
Yeah.
I've been shot and stabbed a lot.
I'll start playing with the arm, like getting into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, it's a beast. That mantis blade that comes out, like it's got a little like piston in there that makes it do a little extra punch. And the whole thing has a thermal problem. When it's all like working a ton, it gets red hot. Because it's an industrial arm that's been like heavily modified, so it has like long-term wear issues, but if you're just like kind of walking around, it's all good. But when you're like using it a bunch, it starts to have heat problems. So it's an interesting arm. It does extra juice, but it has a downside because of that.
Okay.
I would have taken or wanted to take that auto dock off
Yeah.
of him. So
Yeah, easy enough. Y'all had the time to strip that guy down for sure.
It's a shame. I would have taken the time to try to get those spikes off, but I don't know if we had that much time. Take the last two out.
Yeah, I mean the deployment thing is a bolt-on underneath the truck, right? So you could have gotten the deployer and all that kind of stuff. You probably didn't get like the whole assembly, but you got the thing that jettisons them, and you can work with Todd to get your own button up or whatever. Like that's not.
Yeah, I was like, between me, Mailbox, and Tom, I'm pretty sure we could figure out. The only other thing I think I would my character would start doing once we get back is start getting the camp ready to go. Like to him, this is like, all right, let's start closing up, and then I would go talk to Roy and ask Roy, is like, hey Roy, you ready?
Yep.
Because when we go, we gotta go.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's do XP.
Yay.
It sounds like we're all done with all the other stuff. So this was a group exercise. Y'all did great. Let's see here. I'm thinking like 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah, because like it sucks that y'all had to ditch the truck. But y'all did phenomenal on the whole thing. So yeah, let's go with 35 for the group.
How much did we get last week?
I'd have to go back and watch.
We got 30
About
last
30.
week.
30.
30?
Yep.
Okay.
Oz, real quick, how many rounds did you fire out of my 3?
Okay, good
Target
stuff,
spell that
guys.
XP.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
yeah, okay, never mind.
Folks at home, I think we are done. I am going to scan around real quick on Twitch to see if there's somebody cool we should raid.
Connor is streaming. I
Yeah,
have
Connor's
a
still
friend
going.
streaming.
Portal. Cave Geek Art also.
Yeah.
Your Go Fresh is video game. I want to kind of rotate it around a little bit. What are those guys doing? Oh, Mask of Nylothep. That's cool.
That's good. That's like the big boy module. It
Yeah,
costs
it
like
is.
$200 or whatever.
Yeah, let's all right, folks, we are going to raid Quests and Chaos. They are playing Masks of Nyarlathotep, which is a Call of Cthulhu module that costs like $200. And it is
It's big though. It's
a
beefy.
biggie.
Like it's a $200 module.
It's like 3
And
books.
that might be
It's like-
be exaggerated. I think it's
It
a
might be
little less than
100.
that, actually.
But either way, it's big. And it's like one of those like big Call of Cthulhu is of course a horror game. And it is
130.
130. Yeah.
Still a big beefy boy.
It's a longie, right? It's a long.
Yeah, 3 volumes.
Yeah. Read. Yeah. Make sure I'm not got anything. Okay, cool. I'm not exactly sure where they are in this game. They might be like just starting, which is like less scary, or kind of towards the end.
Which is more scary.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're gonna hit the raid. We're gonna head over to Quest and Chaos, where they are playing Call of Cthulhu, cosmic horror game. Thanks a ton, everybody, for tuning in. As always, have fun and play well.
May all your rolls be crits.
Boom.